Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you could give me one in the chat, let me know if you can hear me. We could go ahead and get started. Oh, welcome to another interview breakdown. I wasn't expecting to do another one this soon, but hey, it came across my desk. I'm DELACREMEDELA. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for this impromptu. I found myself talking to the TV while I was watching it. That's how I knew I needed to go ahead and bring everybody in because I couldn't imagine watching this without somebody to share this madness with. Um, let me see. Just want to get some confirmation if you can hear me and see me okay. All right. Great, great, great. So before we get started, with this. I want to thank everybody who joined our live last week when we talked about the Krishan and Blueface interview. I know there was a whole lot more left of that interview, but I kind of had to let it go because it was getting to me too much, and I was getting a little sleepy too. But I did get a chance to break that down into some clips so it could be a little bit more digestible because it's a whole lot of bullshit in that interview. Um, but check those clips out. Thank you for the comments to everybody who joined. I definitely love the comments. I'm in the chat. I can see everything that we're talking about. So I look forward to some good conversation tonight. We are going to. There was something else I was supposed to say. Hold on. Oh, welcome to everybody who's joining the replay as well. Thank you so much for watching the replay and all the little clips. If you're joining the replay, go ahead and let me know in the comments that you saw us on the replay. I'm trying to think, I took some notes. Oh, because I always forget stuff. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I do appreciate it. YouTube rewards consistency, I know. So I'm trying to be more consistent so that I can be rewarded. No complaints. It's a great platform to have access to. So I'll definitely be sure to be better at that. Let's see. Let me make sure we good here. Okay. So first thing, like I said, I found myself talking to the TV when I was watching this interview. I was waiting for it to come out because yesterday on Sean Davy Way show, Jaguar, was it yesterday? She made an appearance. Maybe it was the day before yesterday. Some bullshit she got herself into at the airport. Please go over to Sean Davy Way show and watch his take on that. Cause man, I tell you what, when drama follows you everywhere, it ain't the drama, honey. And we'll get into that a little bit more. Man, and excuse my voice, I'm fighting a little cold. I haven't protected my head when I've gone outside early in the morning with this weather, so um, forgive me for that. Um, So I knew this video was coming because when she was talking, she mentioned that she couldn't wait to see the next part of the interview. Oh, no, no, no. That was Sean Davy Way reviewing an Instagram live her and her husband did in the motel she's at in Chicago because she's unable to fly. Yeah, you got to catch up on all that because she's not legally allowed to fly or use an Uber or a Lyft. Now, as far as we know, she's okay with the Megabus, the Greyhound, the Amtrak, and the yellow taxi, a horse and buggy, a covered wagon, but not the aeroplane. In the words of Olita Adams, get here if you can. um, Lord, Lord, Lord. So during that time that she was talking with her husband, which completely went left, this way is left, she mentioned that she couldn't wait to see part two of her husband's interview, which meant there'd be a part two. And if you know anything, nobody mentions something too early. She's a, a an intelligent woman. I'll say that. She's crafty, so she was mentioning it yesterday. There was a teaser that came out for this interview yesterday. I watched the teaser. And when I watched the teaser, I wasn't sure if I was going to watch the interview, but I did have an opportunity to watch the interview today. We gonna watch that teaser first because I want you to get an idea of what we're about to get into, um, and then we'll get started. If you're coming in, I appreciate if you go ahead and throw a like up under the video and leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. That's always interesting. All right, so here is the teaser. I forget the name of the channel. I put it in the chat. I put it in the description too, but I'll shout it out in a second when we see it.
There's your side,
Right.
there's her side,
Right.
and the truth.
You sending me pictures of you and this nigga at the bar and shit is. She said, if you give me the gun, I'ma take him home and I'ma come back.
Wow.
I looked at her and said, hell no. I ain't never beat her like fucking Ike beat Tina. It might have been a shove over the bed or something like that. I'm her friend. She told me to stay. Get the fuck out of my house, my nigga.
I have to pause it at this point. It's been playing too long for me not to say nothing. All I'm gonna say is, so far, Jesus, the teaser's crazy. It's a lot in the freaking teaser, right? I can't wait to get into the shit. Here we go.
What stopped you from just whooping his ass?
The peace of God, my love for my wife, me respecting her decision. Didn't I tell you to stay? Get off my wrist, off my wife. People that know me know that, yo, this nigga is cool, calm, collected until you fucking trigger him.
Let me just say this before we really get started, okay? We talked about narcissistic language last time. I'm not talking to people who don't already know this shit. You know, anybody that know me know I'm cool, calm, and collected until I'm triggered. Because if I'm triggered, it's your fault. That's clue number one. If I'm triggered, it's your fault. Let me double check and see what we do, how we doing. Okay, we good. Just wanted to check. All right. So let's go on and get into this. Y'all know I'm gonna stop and cover what I see. I like to keep it real fair, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me just say this. In the spirit of this video being, this interview rather, being a huge demonstration of overly spiritualizing mental, emotional, physical illnesses and bad character. I got some dragon's blood burning to clear the energy. And I'm gonna put on my third eye blocker while I watch this to protect my energy. Oh, sweet Jesus. And y'all know I'm into the spiritual stuff. I believe that there's an appropriate time and place for everything though.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just ain't real life street stars. You know what time it is.
Real life street stars, man. We are back and with a scenario in which, of course, we have Goomba, man. As far as Jaguar's other half, the 50% of Philadelphia TV Network.com. And we, of course, unpacking the situation. Like I said before, a lot of people are invested into Jaguar, into you yourself, and of course the situation. And of course, previously we spoke on the Shreveport incident and how everything came about as far as the integration of Solar into the team, quote unquote, and everything that kind of came about with that. And it's funny because as we did part one of that, Jaguar called in, and of course we was able to speak with her. So therefore, it is active. We're fluid right now. It's active. We're very fluid right now.
Very fluid.
But I do want to get into the situation, and I want to approach it delicately because, again, like I said, there's your side,
right?
There's her side,
right?
Now let me catch us up on the scene of this interview. Let me take this shit off because it's got UV protection. I can't see. Nothing. Um, Here's the scene. This is literally hours after Jaguar showed her entire ass in that barbershop parking lot a couple of Saturday mornings ago. At this point, Goomba, who is Jaguar Wright's husband, has not spoken to her since then. She is, at the time of this interview, in a mental hospital in Texas. Um, and God apparently sent her to the mental hospital so she could teach the ladies how to play spades. Not to get her mind right, but so that she could help them with their funding and calm other women down by singing His Eyes on the Sparrow, teaching the girls the macabre and about Jesus. What else did God send her there for, Umar Johnson? That's your homegirl. Just to make the world a better place, not to get help for herself, but and to understand that her and Tokyo Tony, who need a group home, should also open one. So that's the scene of this particular interview.
And the truth, and we're just here to unpack it. And um, it's as I stated, I was with you, talking to you Friday, spoke to you Saturday, in which, of course, me and you spoke about just your concerns about what's going on, how volatile things were from Friday morning, night morning, going into Saturday, how volatile things were. And I just, we were just talking about as far as, what do we need to do to get things right? And you did the right thing. There's a lot of things that happen. I'll let you fill it in, but you did the right thing by saying, hey, I'm going to go clear my head.
Right.
I'm going to go to a local barbershop and out here in the city.
Yep.
And clear my head.
Yep, my place of refuge. You know what I'm saying? I've been knowing the owner for years. Matter of fact, he's been cutting my hair ever since I was 12.
Oh wow, 12.
What?
Damn.
I'm talking about way back. He knows me from when I was an adolescent. When we first came back from Austin, we lived here in Dallas before we transferred to Tulsa. Then when we was up in Tulsa, we came back. Bobby was the first person that we went to. We've seen him evolutionize his business to the point where he was with a partner and just opened up his own.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And
so this ain't just a fly-by-night barbershop that you just pulled up on.
No, ain't no fly-by-night barbershop I pulled up on. Matter of fact, like I said, he's been there for me ever since I grew up.
Wow.
Went through high school, went to war, came back, got my barber license, and even
You'll find a lot of times early on in an interview like this, it's a good time to just understand who a person is and the perspective they come from when they speak. And we'll find, no shade to him, but he don't have a lot of life experience outside of what you'll find is him being a soldier. I think he's been to war. I think he had one tour, and it completely shaped the way he sees the world and the way he behaves and the way he moves. And I just wanted to point that out. Um, he doesn't really have a lot of work experience. I don't think there really is any outside of where he served. And you'll also find that he finds that to be his validation for existence. He'll say, it's because of me and my friends that you're free. For some reason, he's under the idea, well, it's called brainwashing. He's under the idea that him going to war was for our freedom, when, we know better than that. We know that him going to war was so that America and Great Britain could continue to colonialize the rest of the world. So he's been told these things. He believes these things. He uses these things to validate himself and his behavior. That's, I think, pretty important to point out at this point as a baseline.
Cut in the shop.
Mm.
You know,
So I want to do this like this because I want to be able to. I'm going to ask a couple of questions, and I'm gonna, hopefully you'll be able to answer. And because I want you to paint the story, but again, I'm coming from, I guess, an audience perspective as far as what's going on. So I want to be able to have you answer. First and foremost, of course, everything that transpired the night before, and I know there were some things that happened prior to you going to the barbershop as far as with Jaguar Solar and just kind of just getting things, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Figure it out. What made you go to the barbershop? Give us a time frame as far as what time of day was it? And what was Jaguar's mentality in that time frame of you leaving to go get your head cleared at the barbershop?
So, that day when they left and said that they were going to the studio, me and Jaguar had a conversation. And I asked her, what studio y'all going to? Because the boys didn't answer the phone call. So, she was like, if you was listening in the car, everybody knows where we're going. I said, okay. Since everybody know where we're going, let me go ask this nigga. So I go outside the room and I interrupt him and Sam's conversation, whatever the fuck they was talking about. And I said, say, bro.
Sam being your stepson.
Yeah,
Sam is his stepson, and this nigga is Solar of the Carbon Nation crew. That's a rabbit hole you're going to have to go down by yourself. What I've heard is disgusting about the people that Solar has entangled himself with in the past and hasn't really broken completely mentally free from, which has a lot to do with what comes out from Goomba, also known as Gerald Johnson, as I call him, Gummy Bear, because I think he looks like a grown baby. But what comes out in this interview is just the background that he learns about this person named Solar, because I'm sure y'all been watching this, y'all been paying attention. I'm not the only person that knows about the background of this situation. Solar, who he calls this nigga, has a lot to do with the bullshit, but a lot is blamed on Solar. I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. A lot is blamed on this person that just walked into a situation ripe for some bullshit. Because, like I said, if drama follows you everywhere, it ain't the drama.
my stepson. I said, say, bro, what studio did Jag say y'all going to? Well, I don't know. I don't recall what studio. Like, she didn't tell me. Like, she didn't tell me the plans. Oh, okay. So I go back in the room and I asked Jag, like, yo, this nigga say he don't know what studio y'all going to. So where you going? I just need to know for your safety. I left it alone. She decided to leave, and I told her, like I said before, I told her, I said, if you leave with this nigga, don't worry about me. Don't worry about coming home and I'll be here. You know what I'm saying?
So let me cut in here for a second, because a lot of stuff he leaves out, and it's not because he's lying. It's just because there's a lot of stuff. So let me fill in a couple pieces. This is at about 2:00 in the morning on like Thursday or Friday night of that week. And Solar is into music and Jaguar is into music. Now, apparently, Solar and Jaguar connected about 3 days prior to this. Part one explains all that of this interview. Jaguar and Solar are both into music, so excuse me. Apparently, they're going to go to the studio together to do some music at 2 o'clock in the morning. And the boys at the studio haven't answered the phone. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, mind you, this is the same night the police came in the house. And that morning, Jaguar was on a live while she was talking to the police department. And Solar was right there with her, and the room was dark and they were by themselves. They weren't at no studio. And she was laying down. This was the next morning after what he's talking about happened right now. You tell
Then,
me.
so she decides to leave with them. And before she left, she she gave me an ultimatum. She said, I have a compromise for you. And I said, what is it? She said, if you give me the gun, I'm going to take him home and I'm going to come back.
Wow.
I looked at her and said, hell no. You really expect me to give you my gun, ride with this nigga who fucking been putting you in a spell this whole time, and I've been trying to talk to you, and you fighting for this nigga.
The way he says this nigga been putting you in a spell, and the way he talks about how much spiritual education and discernment he has and his wife has, doesn't make no sense to me. How you got enough spiritual discernment to get a download at the gas station and need to go in the bathroom, not to snort cocaine, but to get this download? And then you come out the bathroom almost like you're in a trance with black glasses on. Not because you were snorting cocaine, because you were getting a download. But you're able to be put in a spell? I mean, now I'm burning my dragon's blood, you know. I got my third eye blockers on, you know. Can't nobody put me in no spell. I can't be talking about how spiritually educated I am and powerful, and I could be put in a spell. You better learn how to spell. I'm the very last one. It amazes me how people are so spiritual, but they blame so many things on their spiritual opposition, the ops. Well, if you so spiritual, how you keep losing, nigga? Is really all I want to know. If you're so spiritual, how is it that you're not able to see and surpass these things that are coming to destroy you?
But not me. You expect me to give me my gun to you to ride? No, that's not happening. So she burnt out with this nigga. Like I told her, I said, you leave, I'm not gonna be home. So they leave. Like I said, they get on King Payne's channel and talk about me abusing her, me abusing the dog, me pointing a gun at him.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you heard him say, excuse me. They get on King Payne's channel. Shout out to King Payne. And they talk about him abusing her, abusing the dog. And I'm going to tell you, when I heard about the fact that she gave that dog away because he was abusing that dog, my whole heart broke. Because I don't think there should ever be a time when a dog, it says a lot to me about a man who abuses a dog. I'm not going to tell that part of the story. I'm going to let him tell it himself. Hold on, here we go.
And her and how he feels like I'm not supposed to be with Jag and how I mistreat her and I beat her Like, bro.
So I wanted to be fair. Like, this is your wife. So, right? In your head, your psyche, did you ever be like, man, I'll just whoop his ass?
What? Yes, bro.
What stopped you from just whooping his ass and just, hey, that's just what it is. I'm gonna whoop his ass and we're gonna take him, we're gonna leave him right here.
Let me stop here. He says, what stopped you from whooping his ass? Now, so that tells the end of the story. He never did whoop the man's ass for real, for real. He talked a lot of shit. It's a whole lot of cap in the trailer. Whole lot of cap in the trailer. In the teaser, rather. He never whooped that man's ass. He didn't. He'll tell you he did, but he's about to answer the question about what stopped him from doing it. So, how did you get stopped from doing it, but you did it? I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just saying.
Why didn't you do that?
The peace of God. My love for my wife. Me respecting her decision.
Man.
Me stepping back.
Him respecting her decision to fuck another nigga. Because that's
as a man and not realizing what my wife's plan really is. Because she doesn't tell me everything always. And sometimes I have to piece shit together.
Right. So I have to ask, and I'm just curious, was there any abuse?
His wife does not tell him everything. Which she said yesterday on their Instagram live, she tells him everything. She told him about kissing the dude with the hairline that starts right here. What was his name? MJ, the producer in Chicago, who she kissed like a week ago or a couple days ago, whatever. She tells him everything, but doesn't tell him everything. He says she don't. She says she do. She say tomato. He say tomato.
In the relationship prior.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Physical.
Mental. Emotional. I ain't never beat her like fucking Ike beat Tina. You know what I mean? I ain't never put my hands on her like that. I ain't never brought my fist up, never slapped.
Here's where we get into the shit. Lots of parents think they're not abusive because they don't beat their children like they got beat. Lots of men don't think they're abusive because they don't beat their wives the way they saw their mamas get beat. Like Ike and Tina. Well, somebody beat their wife worse than Ike and Tina. And Ike was like, well, I don't beat my wife like Al Pacino and Trisha or whatever. I mean, there was mental abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. He just said it. But he ain't never beat her like Ike and Tina. But she beat him. We know that. What's the metric for whether or not you beat somebody? Like, is it like a 1-2 or is it just a 1? Like, is it the smack versus the backhand? Is it a kick versus a punch? Like, what makes one physical, violent interaction with a person okay and not another? When I tell you this messy ass codependent relationship, messy and codependent.
Never none of that shit. It might have been a shove over the bed or something like that.
And did it go both ways?
Unless you bending me over to fuck me, don't shove me over the bed, because I'm going to kick you like a horse in your nuts. And I'm sure she did. I guarantee you.
Fuck yeah, it went both ways.
It went both ways.
And I wish she would say it didn't. But that ain't true. People that know me know that, yo, this nigga is cool, calm, collected until you fucking trigger him.
Me too. So is George Bush. So is Sherman Klump. So is Diana Ross. So is Clive Davis and P. Diddy. So is Mary J. Blige and Jay Z and Beyonce. Steven Spielberg and Barbara Streisand. Aren't we all cool, calm, and collected until we're triggered? Aren't we all? You want a cookie for being cool, calm, and collected until you're triggered? Or do you want a cookie for doing the right thing and getting the help you need to manage your emotions and be emotionally aware enough to know when you're being triggered so that you don't behave poorly? I know y'all got some kind of protection over you for nobody to have gotten arrested in that situation that Saturday. Y'all got something good going for you.
And if you know how to push my motherfucking buttons, of course, it's gonna be easy to make me react.
It's coming from an honest place.
Right.
But was there any abuse to the dog? Like,
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, there was abuse to the dog. Yeah, I did punch the dog in the ribs. I did that.
Is this your dog, y'all's dog, or Jag's dog?
Now here's the thing. I had a conversation with a man about this time last year about another person who I saw who was abusive to dogs. And this man said to me, well, sometimes you got to be tough with them. And I was like, do it to a man. You're able to use conflict resolution skills when you're at the gym and a nigga gets on your nerves, or you're at the gas station or the club. But when it comes to your dog, you got to punch him in the ribs. And if you saw that dog, King, he was huge. He was a big dog. He was at least 75 pounds, maybe 65. Pit bull, strong dog. So how does it make you feel to be a grown man and be able to overpower a dog that loves you and would never bite you back because it respects you and loves you? You're not safe around children, my nigga.
Like just
Jag got the dog for my birthday.
Oh.
As a birthday gift.
A gift. You beat a
as
gift.
An emotional support dog.
An emotional support dog.
And at the time, I was going through my mental health illness and everything like that, and not taking my medication like I'm supposed to, or not being on the proper medication that I was.
Anybody who is a soror or a frat, I'm neither. Please tell me how that poem goes and everybody has to learn. Excuses are monuments of. I usually tune out when I hear that because I know that's some good shit and I don't want to hear it. But if you join a part of the Divine Nine, one of the Panhellenic sororities or fraternities, listen, you have to learn the poem. I didn't get that far. I decided not to at that point. Changed my mind now about who I actually want to pledge. So anyway, excuses are monuments of nothingness. Something, and that's exactly what I'm hearing. Excuses for why you got the kind of issues that would make you beat a dog that you know would kill you if it didn't love you. So what about your children?
Supposed to be on, because they put me on 3 different medications at the time. And I was going through the shit.
Y'all know that dude, Justin Whitehead, who makes those videos, those voiceovers, usually about my 600-pound life. He's gotten to lately where he fast forwards through the life story part that talks about why, because it really don't matter that much. He's gotten to the point where he fast forwards part past my grandma died, we lost our house, my dog died, so I started eating too much and not taking care of myself. Because there's so many freaking reasons why, but it's still not happening. And if you've identified the reason why is it happening? I want to fast forward through this so much, but we're going to give it to him.
Coming out my pores, smelling bad, make me feel terrible, or make me feel fucking dormant, or like I'm a zombie, until I found the right fucking medication. And the way I found the right medication was that day that I put the gun to my head and I told her to stop talking about my mother. And if she mentioned my mother's name, I was gonna shoot myself. I did that shit. I'll be dead ass honest. I ain't got no fucking reason to lie. I did that shit, and I'm ashamed that I was fit. I was physically, spiritually, emotionally abusive to my wife. I wasn't in my fucking right mind.
We all guilty.
We all guilty of that shit.
If you are not, no judgment, no criticism, just a piece of advice. If you are not mentally, emotionally, financially, or physically healthy, don't be dating nobody. Because anybody you attract is going to be right where you are. And that's when you want somebody the most to fill some type of void or, help you feel when you don't normally feel or to cover some type of pain that you're not dealing with. But I promise you, whoever you attract at that place in your life is going to have those same fucking issues. Excuse me. If you're lucky, you'll end up on an interview like this. If not, let me let this little
I would blame medication. Do you feel the same way?
I've said that.
Whoever's in the background said I would blame medication. So you're going to blame the medication for why you're behaving a certain way instead of understanding that some of that medication is what keeps you from feeling a certain way, but you got to take it in conjunction with therapy. The job of a psychologist is to combine the job of a physical medicine doctor, a physician, and a counselor or a psychologist. Psychologists study the mind, physiologists study the body. Together, you have a psychologist. So, there are medications that are necessary sometimes to make you better, especially when you've been to war. You've been to war, my nigga. That ain't no shit normal people are supposed to go through. Nothing you're raised in.
And
Blame the medicine.
I told my wife about that, and she believed me. She didn't believe me. She made her assumptions. But I was letting her know, yo, these different medications are making me fucking feel different. The side effects is totally fucking different, you know what I'm saying?
And they take a long time to kick in. Boy.
Long time to kick in, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the VA don't fucking play. Like, yo, they put you on something, that's that. Unless you come back and you fucking tripped out or you done fucking had an episode.
I'm about to kill myself.
Yo, the suicidal shit, because that's a side effect to some of the medication that they put me on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about depression, boom, just bottom lined. To the point where she didn't fucking want to be around me. And I don't blame her. And if it was any average other bitch or any average other woman, yo, they wouldn't be fucking around me. That's why I love her the way I love her.
So with that being said, Friday happens, Saturday comes in. Of course,
I get woken up by the police. Yep.
Yeah, that happens. I can only imagine your mental state based on what's going on. What the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is going on? Like I mentioned, I'm thinking, yo, they done finally fucking got her.
Yeah.
Because I know, like I said before, I know how the cops or how law enforcement works when you make those type of phone calls late at night. Because most of the troopers that I worked with, most of the law enforcement I worked with, they said those are the worst calls that they ever have to fucking make.
All right. Based on you going to the barbershop, Jaguar came up there. Did you summon her up there, or did she just chose to go up there and know where you were and just drove around looking for you?
All right, so let me tell you this. When I realized that she was gone and she wasn't gonna fucking come back, and after the fucking cops had woke me up, woke everybody up in the fucking house, at 5:00 in the fucking morning. And everybody, all our neighbors, everybody. I called her and asked her, why'd you do that? It wasn't me, it wasn't me. King Payne verified it later on in a live that we did right after the situation Saturday, that he was on the phone in the background and heard her tell the lady everything. That shit never happened at the fucking house. Now, a situation in the car across the state lines, that is true. You know what I'm saying?
So let's be totally transparent. After that situation, you know, again, I'm sure you're feeling how you're feeling. Jaguar still with Solar.
Now, I don't know if you guys have seen part 1, but he's referring to it now when he says the situation across state lines has a lot to do with a gun and a car and a blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go through all that right now.
They're still side by side and you're not in the picture.
Not in the picture.
But you're going to the picture. You're headed to the picture. And it's either, hey, Jag, I want to talk to you. Don't let him be around. Let's just, me and you talk, husband, wife. Let's figure this out.
No, that never would happen because she wanted him around the whole time. I'm thinking like, yo, 4 years, 3 days. 4 years, 3.
4 years, 3 days. You only knew each other for 21 whole days. And then you got married and wonder why it was whack. Because you didn't know each other. You've been literally getting to know each other for 4 years. Which is how long a lot of people date before they ever even get married. Y'all knew each other for 21 days. 21 days. How you expect if a woman would marry you after knowing you for 21 days, what makes you think she wouldn't choose a man she's known for 3 days? She showed that same lack of judgment with you. They say how you get them is how you gonna lose them, baby. That's what they say. That's what they say. What's the difference between 3 days and 21 days?
So
Which one you gonna fucking pick? Are you picking 3 days before 4 years?
21
What
days.
the fuck is going on? This nigga got you like that for real?
That's the question.
So, like, yo, he tapped in your subconscious to the point where he on live acting like he fucking on me. You smoke 50 cigarettes and you play the game all day. Tell me when you see me play the game, nigga.
Watch you play the game. Okay.
Tell me when you see me play Call of Duty. You have never seen me play Call of Duty, cuz.
So where did he get that from? Except your wife. So everybody says they've only known each other for 3 days, but that's impossible. For them to have grown as tight as they did in such a short amount of being in each other's presence, they've been talking for a while. How would he know that you spent time on the video game all the time? And you look like the kind of nigga that do. Like, you're literally sitting here with breasts. You look like you play Call of Duty all day. You got on army green. You a soldier head. Like, nigga, you look, he wasn't wrong. You didn't say he was lying. You said he ain't never seen you in that situation. But you didn't say it wasn't true. Your wife said that shit. And if you don't know, now you know.
Because in those 3 days, we was on the fucking road. You see me fucking work on the goddamn DeLaCremeDela.com. You was pouring my wife wine all the way to the top, nigga. You don't even know how to fuck.
If you my man and another dude is pouring me wine, I should suck his dick right in front of your face. Because you a pussy ass nigga to let a nigga pour me wine. And you're my man. Other than a restaurant tour.
Fucking pour wine,
like a
nigga.
waiter or something.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm telling you to stop and you don't fucking listen to me,
I would never let another woman serve my man a drink. I don't know what's in it. I would never let a woman serve. I never let a man serve my man a drink. I don't know what's in it. I go make it for him. If we in that type of setting where we can make it ourselves, I make it for him. I know what he likes. Don't worry about it, honey. You feel me though? Like you letting another nigga pour your wife wine and go to the studio with your wife, and then you gonna slow punch him in the concrete? Spoiler alert. Oh my god. It's the
we
lack
went
of
to the fucking
responsibility for
cigar
me.
shop. My brother's
Excuse
in
me.
there. Respect me. My wife asked, give me a margarita. Nah, baby, we've been drinking. You told me to monitor you and not to let you overdo it. So when you tell the brothers at the cigar shop,
Oh, I got my bendy on too. So I'm triple protected with all this over spiritualization of mental issues. I got my dragon's blood burning. I got my bendy, and I got my third eye blockers. I should be triple OG protected. Anyway, I just realized I still had it on. Oh, and my root chakra bracelet. We should be good now. Let us continue.
you want to drink, the brothers listen to me. When I say no, these, nah, sis, husband said no, we respect, bro. We ain't gonna disrespect him like that and just give you whatever the hell you asked for. Bro saying no for a reason. I should have what the fuck I want. Blah, blah, blah.
Ooh, so there's this idea that some men have that if they're married to you, that makes them your dad. Well, it doesn't. And he should have known that he married a woman who would never see it that way, even if she said she did. Like, she totally will never see it that way. I won't either. Listen, if I can't stop myself from drinking, what am I ask
Would you
somebody
want
else
to
to do
fight
it
me,
for?
fight me, fight me? You know what? It's cool. Bro, please give her one.
And
That's
then he
all.
gives in.
One.
I says, give
Because
her
we've been
one.
drinking earlier.
What's
Just
the
give her
use?
one.
What's the use of having a designated driver if they won't do
Bro,
what they're
give
supposed
it
to do?
to her. Just because I said so.
So I have to ask you there, Jaguars. If when it comes, just let's say when it comes to having a drink, you're her rock, she's your rock. Y'all watch out for each other.
When he said, you're her rock, she's your rock, first thing I thought about was Bobby and Whitney. Then I thought about kryptonite.
Yeah.
You know what? You know levels.
Yeah.
You know. Hey.
Yeah.
You know, like we're having fun until it gets not fun.
Right.
And therefore, you're monitoring to make sure.
Just like she knows about me.
Exactly. So you're looking out for each other. She right now, and I'm saying this is going into Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
She's at a level to where are you concerned with her level of like, okay, she's having just a sip. Give her one. Are you getting concerned about, okay, this could go anyway?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah. Again, you know your wife.
You know what I'm saying? I know my wife, and I know the pain that she's in. I know the background of her physical shit. Period. Because that's my wife. I've been there when she can't move. I've been there when she's immobile. She's been.
Man, this relationship ain't been nothing but a fucking struggle. They ain't been on vacation yet. They haven't opened a business together yet, or bought a house, or had a baby, been to a family reunion, or the opening of an art gallery. God damn.
When I'm immobile.
That's how well that's how they know each other. He said because she's my wife. I know her. He didn't say I know her because, you know, we've succeeded together. We've had amazing adventures and made great friends, traveled. I know her because I've been immobile and she been immobile and we both been broke. We said we go from the cardboard if it's a cardboard or a mansion. We don't care. Longest is we together. Because without each other, who would we be? Um, sir, you're codependent. Sir, if you're with somebody and you guys are broke, you probably should break up and work on your finances individually. Because it literally is cheaper to be single than it is to be married. So if you find yourself in a cardboard box, I mean, it's easier to find two small ones than one big one. It's kind of just all I'm saying. It's the struggle for me. Gosh, the struggle for me. I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
I've been there when I have to take care of her. She's been there when she has to take care of me. And this is in Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Arizona, Philly, Virginia, wherever the fuck we went.
Oh yeah, no. Again, I understand the concept of a dynamic duo.
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, we were going to feed off each other.
Period.
We're here, and tomorrow will come.
What? Death do us part, sickness and health, and riches or poor. Like, we always said cardboard box or a mansion.
So I have to ask you,
that is
when
gross.
you did get to where Solar and Jaguar were.
You gotta have, oh shit, I just rewound it.
It was the first person.
I'll take it back. You gotta have a boundary. You gotta have a place where you say, we won't be together if this happens. If it gets to a point where we're da 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 da. Because remember, marriage is about business. Marriage is a contract. So if it gets to the point where, we're no longer financially capable, why are we still married? Because what marriage is about building wealth. It's about building a foundation of wealth that can pass through generations. So if you're in a cardboard box, excuse me, that's the Boone's Farm. um, what's it all about? You can be single and be broke and be together and fuck on each other when you need to, go to the show or whatever, and be fine. But marriage is a financial responsibility and it requires a responsible man and or woman. That's all I'm saying. Let me make
They
sure I get it right.
hypnotized you.
Oh Lord. Never mind, we went too far.
Right now, and I'm saying this is going into Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, my bad, y'all. I didn't realize I did that.
After that situation, again, I'm sure you're feeling how you're feeling. Jaguar still with Solar. They're still side by side, and you're not in the picture.
Not in the picture.
But you're going to the picture. You're headed to the picture. And it's either, hey, Jag, I want to talk to you. Don't let him be around. Let's just, me and you talk, husband, wife. Let's figure this out.
No, that never would happen because she wanted him around the whole time. I'm thinking like, yo, 4 years, 3 days.
With you, Jag, and Solar, did that go in your favor? Did it go in Jag's favor, Solar's favor?
They hypnotized you.
I gotta find this spot.
She's been there when I'm immobile.
There we go. The struggle. That's where we were. The struggle.
I've been there when I have to take care of her. She's been there when she has to take care of me. And this is in Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Arizona, Philly, Virginia, wherever the fuck we went.
Oh yeah, no. Again, I understand the concept of a dynamic duo.
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, we were going to feed off each other.
Period.
We're here. And tomorrow we'll.
Y'all, I'm going to make sure I don't move it again, but I got to say something. All I remember now is Cece and Rebe. Rebe and Cece. BB and Rebe from Living Color. That couple. The struggle couple that was singing. That's what I see. She was gonna pimp him.
Come.
What? Death do us part, sickness and health, riches or poor. It's like, we always said cardboard box or a mansion.
So I have to ask you, when you did get to where Solar and Jaguar were before the barbershop incident, what took place? What happened?
All right, so what took place was my love told my mother-in-law that she would be back in the morning to pick up and take her to church, which she always do, unless she's not feeling well, and I take mom to church. Baby never came home that night. I called her after the police had woke us up and investigated everybody and everything, and told her, yo, what the fuck? How did these motherfuckers, and why are they telling me this, that, and the third? And I didn't do nothing. Okay. Then I go online and understand you went on your own page on YouTube. 911 is a joke. And you explaining to the officer what the fuck happened about you contacting the VA.
And on that video, Jacqueline Suzette Wright Johnson, also known as Jaguar, is in a room, real dark. Now, mind you, she got on a sweater. It's up to about right here. And she got on a blanket, but she's laying down. And Solar is he looks like an Angry Bird to me. He's sitting next to wherever she's laying on. I don't know if it's a bed or a cot or a futon. Their standards are real low for living. So I don't know. They were sleeping in their car for a long time, which I guess if you have to do it, but humble yourself enough, to be honest and not drag other people through the mud and attract so much negative energy to yourself. I mean, if there's any time when you want to keep people's secrets and be kind, it's when you're living in your car. It's a good time to be humble and attract some good karma and clean some bad karma and destroy some karmic cycles by not punching your dog and stealing your mother's Social Security check. Speaking of which, I need to follow up with the Social Security because they sent me a letter and told me they have some money from my mother for me. See, we don't have to steal over here. We just wait for people to die. You wait for your ancestors to go on and they bless you. You ain't got to steal from them while they're alive. Give them their flowers while they live, and they'll bless you when they decide to go on. How about that? But anyway, I don't want to tell that woman's whole business because she got to get her money anyway, anyhow. But let's continue. Time to be humble. Sit down. I don't really ever
Or
see
the
a
VA
part
lady
here where she
called you and
does,
told you,
though.
hey, I work with the VA. I understand about veterans, whatever the case may be. While we're peacefully sleeping, you're out with this nigga eating that velvet taco.
Excuse me. How you peacefully sleeping and your wife is out?
This nigga.
How are you
Skinning
peacefully
and
sleeping
grinning.
and your wife is out in the streets with another nigga that looks like an Angry Bird? That's when you know it's over. You're peacefully sleeping at home, but your pussy is running the streets with a whole nother penis. But you peacefully sleeping. Something about that don't sound right to me. You used to your wife cheating. Something
And
don't
your
sit
husband
right
at
about
home ask you to stay with him. Don't go out. Matter of fact, let me take this nigga home and be with me so we can
Let
work on the
me take
coming
this
together.
nigga home.
I heard her say that as far as
How you gonna be the
velvet
head and the
taco,
tail at the same time?
velvet solar situation. The taco she ordered was something that was manifested, and it was like something that hit her in the.
I didn't watch the fucking video.
Yeah,
because I was pissed off any fucking way.
Right, but there was some things that were happening to where it's like.
No shade to the interviewer, but please do not encourage this nigga to over spiritualize the situation, okay? By saying something about the velvet taco manifested. Man, I assume there's a place called Velvet Taco in Dallas or in the area. And they went that night and ate at the Velvet Taco. So because Solar, one of his wives, name is Velvet, that was the manifestation. That was the manifestation for them to manifest. Don't put 20 on 10, okay, interviewer. Let's
Like
just do the
a
interview.
higher power is coming in.
Keep it
What
simple.
higher power? I'm not trying to be funny, but
Is coincidence? I mean, coincidence happens, and coincidence is it could be questioned.
of course.
You know,
You know what I mean? And find out that y'all niggas at Velvet Taco and y'all eating brisket nachos and shit and talking to King Payne about what just happened or what happened previously earlier, but you didn't say what happened at our friend's house. You didn't say how you slapped me in my face. You didn't say none of that shit. You didn't say how you gonna kill me the first time and should get it over with. That I'm a piece of shit. That I'm beneath you. I know that wasn't you, love.
It wasn't you, love.
Yeah, you stated that shit to me before when you was angry at me for the things that I was doing and
You
not
said it
helping
before, but it wasn't you
with
this
the
time.
company and not being productive as your husband.
It was my fault because I'm a pussy ass
But
nigga.
to hear you say this shit because this nigga over skinning and grinning because he done hypnotized you. I mentioned that to her. And I asked her, I said, do you remember that? And she couldn't say nothing. Just change the
Y'all narcissists don't remember when they do that dumb shit, that crazy shit. Especially if they have some sort of other mental illness like schizophrenia or bipolar. They don't remember. They literally have justified that shit in their own mind, and what happened did not happen the way that you think it did. Oh no, I don't remember that. Well, then how do I know it's going to change? How do I know that this is not just who you are and this is not just your character? If you don't even
subject.
remember, but you're so
But,
spiritual,
you know, I still love my wife. There's
you better
nothing
love her.
gonna change.
yeah, we're not out of love here. We're not.
What fuck no?
Yeah, nothing's happening.
We done been through too fucking much, especially me in the beginning. Me putting a gun to my head, telling if you say my mama name again, I'm gonna blow my brains in your face. Just like your exes have. Or like you've been.
We done been through too much. You know, just like that one time when you verbally abused me, and I promised to kill myself if you continued to. That bonded us together to where now I'm not leaving. Something about that
Had
is real fucked up.
before.
Fucked up,
So
fucked up, fucked up.
I totally get it. And you know what I mean? Nah, I understand it's her turn.
So if my man, didn't come home for the night at all,
No, fuck that.
And-
Y'all come home together and he decides to leave. So go ahead.
even better, right? If my man comes home with me, decides to leave, doesn't come home for the night, the first thing on my mind is, are you having sex with the person you're with? So I just want to ask, was there ever a question of infidelity in your mind?
Knowing that this nigga come from a sex cult, knowing that he fucking does hypnosis, knowing that he can do anything, I don't believe there was any point in time or enough time to do
You stuck on
something like
stupid,
that.
sir.
And I don't believe my wife subconsciously or
You're committed to being
consciously would
stupid.
even do anything like that with that nigga.
You're committed to being
We
stupid.
know where he come from. We didn't know his fucking background,
That doesn't even
but
make
we
sense.
know where the environment he come from.
You know he come
So
from a
I'm-
sex cult.
No,
And he can do hypnosis.
no.
hypnosis.
And just to paint the picture, I'm assuming
So there's no
Solar
way
is
you could have
about
fucked your wife.
let's just say 10 years.
A buck
Doesn't even-
10.
No, about 10 years younger than you. Or let's just say he's younger than you.
So you
For
immediately
sure.
went to demean his stature. What the man was trying to tell you was he was younger than you. He can get your wife. Because everybody knows women love younger men. We do. We do, we do, we do, we do, and we do. You're younger than her, and you're getting old, and obviously dumber. So why wouldn't she be appreciative of being able to attract someone younger than you who doesn't look like a dumb
Jaguar's older than you. I don't want to give out ages and all that stuff.
For
but
sure.
Jaguar's older than
She
you.
done said it before. She's 7 years older than me.
She's 7 years older than you. Let's say Solar's about 10 years younger than you.
He's
probably more.
He's more than that, but yeah.
Yeah, more than that.
Viral dick.
So there's an age gap in, what we're looking at to where, it's always.
My wife wouldn't do that.
There you go.
My wife wouldn't do that. She wouldn't go down that road. That's too close to her son's age. I'm too young for her. She's told me this many times. You was something I ain't never done before.
But she's still waiting for you to do super freaky shit with
I'm
her.
used to dating older niggas who are billionaires and blah, 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 blah. You just a soldier who...
She told this man, y'all, women speak game too. Women be lying, man. Women be lying. Women be lying. Women be lying. She dated men who were billionaires. No. No, 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 no. We're going to reset this and put this thing in order. We're going to reset this to a point of truth right now. She did not date men who were billionaires. What she did, like many women, was date men who became billionaires long after they left her crazy ass alone. There's a difference.
barely got your damn check and I helped you get your check. Yeah, you helped me get my check. Thank you, baby. That's the better us.
Man.
I appreciate that. And guess what? I'm still striving to get to that 100. I ain't that far away. But thank you. Thank you, because I didn't have the knowledge to do the things that I know now.
That's sad, man.
And if I didn't meet my wife and God placed her in my life, I wouldn't be in the position that I am now, getting what I'm getting.
It's so sad. But you want to be the leader.
Because I've been fighting for years to get my shit.
And again, I know a lot that don't get it.
What?
You couldn't even arrange to provide for yourself. But now, because you're a husband and you have a wife, you expect to be recognized as the head. That makes not a drop of motherfucking sense. What have you ever been the head of? What have you ever led? You were a follower in the army or the Marines or the Navy.
And don't want to go get the shit because they had to deal with the bullshit.
And that's a whole story in itself.
A whole story in itself. I know a lot of veterans dealing with that bullshit.
Man,
you know what I mean? Man. But we could have another conversation about that.
Yeah, that's another issue.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious as far as the confrontation prior to barbershop with you, Jag, and Solar. Did that go in your favor? Did it go in Jag's favor or Solar's favor?
I really think it went in that nigga's favor.
That nigga.
Because when I called my wife, I was already at the barbershop. I was making sure I wasn't going to be at the house when she came back. Like I said, I'm going to be a man of my word. You left with that nigga? I ain't going to be at the house when you come back. Matter of fact, I noticed that you got this nigga to call an Uber for the family to go to church. And
she couldn't order
this nigga was answering your phone while you was asleep. Which pissed me the fuck.
Wait a minute. Number one, she can't order an Uber. Do you know what it takes to not be able to order an Uber or Lyft in America? For a ride share company to ban you and an airline? The airports, the FAA, IATA. She can't order an Uber or a Lyft. That's why Solar ordered it for her. That's why she needs an assistant. Because she can't move without an assistant. Not because of P. Diddy. Not because of Betty White or Luther Vandross. But because Jaguar Wright is a mess. And has gone up and down. Hither and yonder. Being a bitch. And causing trouble. And she don't realize that we live in a day and age when a company will say, I don't want to do business with you. Raise your hand if you've ever fired a client. Hence, Jaguar Wright. I present to you Jaguar Wright.
Fuck off. As your husband. Why the fuck is this bitch ass nigga asking your phone talking about she sleep? Bitch ass nigga, wake her ass up. Since you supposed to be her personal assistant, wake her ass up and tell her she got a responsibility that for her family to do right now.
Right now. Right now.
Exactly, that part too.
But here go the truth. If that man really was her personal assistant, because he mentioned they were in the car signing paperwork, handling business. Solar said it. So if he really was her personal assistant, that's exactly how Goomba would have acted. If he called her and she was asleep, she was getting some rest for a show, and Solar answered the phone and said, "Hello, Mr. Johnson. Mrs. Johnson is asleep. May I leave her a message?" He would have. She got a responsibility to her family because nothing comes before him. Something about him can't understand the position that he's actually in. He is her bitch, and he's struggling with that. Goomba, you're her bitch. She hired you. She didn't marry you. She told you she was going to kill you because you weren't doing enough for the business. Not because you cheated, not because you beat her, not because you beat the dog, but because you weren't bringing her in money. You're her bitch. That makes you a bitch. And she told
Nigga, don't touch
her
my.
boyfriend the same thing.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. We see where it's.
Yeah,
She told
That's
her
wild.
boyfriend.
That's wild.
that's why.
For someone that's been around
3 days.
better part of a less
Not
part of
3 days.
Not 3 days.
you're where you're at. You're where you're supposed to be at. She, of course, again, like you said, he technically has the upper hand. John Doe has the upper hand.
So
But what is your thought process? Because again, you're like, I'm gonna go cool off. So you're thinking like maybe time will heal this, or let me process what's happening here.
She gonna see what this nigga about, and she gonna call me back and apologize.
Okay.
that's what she
Or
gonna
she
do
gonna come back. So I call her,
after she busted nut.
thinking she done took this nigga and took him away or whatever.
She done told her husband. She done told her husband he wasn't freaky enough for her. So after she busting that, after that boy pop her cherry like it should be popped, after they go make music together, she'll go ahead and call her husband and tell him, "I was wrong, honey." When that VA check come in,
I see that they online together. I'm not smart though, but I can see the reflection in the glasses. Like I tell my wife a lot of things, security reasons why you shouldn't be doing the way you should be doing them, or what I see in what you're doing. And if I see them, somebody else definitely sees them. I've been trained to see certain shit. And I know if I see the shit, I know the ops see the shit.
his whole world is
So
military.
I try to explain that shit to my wife,
Poor guy.
but one ear out the other.
Because you're her
And I
bitch.
noticed the nigga was sitting side next to her. So I called her.
How do you expect your wife to listen to you when she had to teach you what you needed to do to get your own money? But you want her to follow this imaginary order of God and then Jesus and then you and then herself.
And she picked up the phone. Where you at? I'm on my way back home with my family, and we go back to the house from church. Oh, so you went to church? Cool. No. I just picked up my mom and Sam. Okay. Who's the family? You know, Mom, Sam, and Solar. What the fuck? Don't take that nigga to my house. You take that nigga to my house and he crosses my threshold, I have all right.
He said, "Don't take that nigga to my house." He never put her on the paperwork for the house. It's a rental. She's not even on the lease. He could put her out at any moment. She using him, he using her. She need a place to stay. Well, maybe that makes her a homosexual. She need a place to stay. He needs a mom. Because apparently his mama was busy fucking his uncle. That's what Jaguar said. That's why he looked like he got Down syndrome a little bit, I think.
In the state
No
of
shade.
Texas, especially when my name is on the lease,
No shade.
to ask this nigga to get the fuck out of my house. And if he doesn't, I can use as necessary force as I can. That's Texas law.
That is.
Told him, don't fucking step over my fucking threshold of my house or I'll beat your bitch ass. I said that. I don't want you around my fucking family, bro.
Ask him, has he read that law?
You want to talk in the background, blah, 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 you big bad. I'm Jaguar's friend. That's my motherfucking wife, nigga. And she got to listen to me just as well I have to listen to her. And if I feel and smell something's fucking fishy, nigga, it's fishy.
He said she got to listen to him, but she
And as
hasn't.
the
up to
order
this point.
goes by the Most High, it's the Most High, me, Jag, Sam, Mama,
Now this order
and
is
anybody else
imaginary.
but below that.
It's an imaginary
In my
order.
household, nigga, you are out of order. You're not even in that fucking order. And for my wife to think that she's above me, you married the wrong nigga.
Because you're above her, even though you couldn't even arrange the clerical paperwork to get your own income. Because you have a penis. Even though she been paying all the bills by her word. Taking care of everything. You're above her because you have gonads. Because your balls are on the outside. Help me understand that. So she's supposed to listen to a man who can't even provide for her and obey him. But this man is supposed to be the head.
If you think that, and I know you don't think that, baby.
She do.
I know you know the order.
She sure does.
Without
Sure
question.
does. Excuse me.
So,
She thinks
with that
that,
being
yes, she
said, I told him, I said, oh, that nigga's in the car too? Yeah, I'm here.
does. She doing what the fuck she want.
Motherfucker, you better not ever walk across my motherfucking threshold. And when I get home, and if you there, we're gonna have problems.
Right.
So I ordered me a lift
All this
and
tough
went
talk.
home from the barbershop. My nigga's like,
All this tough talk. But he started off the teaser by saying what kept him from whooping the man's ass. We gonna have problems.
hey, yo, where you going, soldier? I gotta go take care of some business because she got this bitch ass nigga come to my house. Be safe, fam. Don't do nothing crazy. I won't. I'm not gonna touch her. But that nigga, oh yeah. He heard me say, don't walk in my motherfucking shit. And you stated that on the motherfucking interview. We heard you 50 times. Matter of fact, you said 50. You didn't even know what the fuck to say. Then you finally said, yeah, you said 50 times over and over again for me not to. If you heard that shit, you knew the ass whooping was coming, bro.
Did you feel he was ready for whatever confrontation you was trying to provide?
And fuck no. Matter of fact, when I got to the motherfucking house, bro, and the Uber driver was laughing because he heard me on the phone. He's like, you got all right to whip his ass. He ain't listening to you and he at your house and you told him not to be
You
there.
never did.
Sir, have a good day. I hope you beat his ass to the point where he leaves. Matter of fact, I hope he leave before you beat his ass.
didn't,
Appreciate
sir.
it, boss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have a blessed day too. You know what I'm saying? Let me go and jump
He
out
whooped
the car and
nobody's
take
ass.
care of his business. I go in the house. I open the door. Look down the hallway, this nigga come out of my room. What the fuck you doing in my room? Bitch ass nigga, you got 10 seconds to get the fuck out of my house right now. Stop talking to him that way. Shut the fuck up, woman. This is my house, as you know, and get the fuck out of here. Mama jumped in. Ain't that her assistant? No, Mama, that's not her assistant because we haven't.
Mama know what's up. Mama heard that bed squeaking. Why in the fuck would Mama get in it? Mama been covering for Jag for years. Mama know what's up. Ain't that her assistant?
Agreement. Anybody, assistant or intern, has to sign a fucking contract through Philadelphia, and you have to go by the bylaws. Me and my wife has created this shit, and that's our bylaws.
Right.
This nigga ain't signed shit.
Right.
And when I said that, my wife's mouth dropped. Like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
He did though. He did. See, we put pieces together over here. That nigga said we in the car handling business, signing paperwork. While he was in the gas station.
Pick it up.
They did sign some paperwork.
Don't say nothing.
Yes, they did.
And I'm gonna escort this nigga out my fucking house. Like I said, get the fuck out of my house, nigga. My wife tried to pull on me. Sam witnessing this shit, Mom witnessing this shit, and Mom telling me, Jack, right, I'm gonna call the cops. Okay, Mama. I just want this nigga out of my house. We don't fucking know this nigga. You know
Sam is Jaguar's son from her first husband. He's handsome. Her first survivor, her first victim. I consider Jaguar to be a black widow. I think she pretty much destroys every man she's with. But anyway, Sam is her son, her second son, and he seems to have a very pure and sweet heart. By listening to him talk, he takes it personally. The mission to defend his mother and over spiritualize the situation as well. And I think he's kind of on a spiritual journey that is plateauing, and he's making some conclusions about the situation based on his under-experienced, undereducated spiritual understanding, if that makes any sense. But shout out to Sam.
saying,
I
get
feel
this
bad for him
nigga
to have to go
out
through
my
this.
fucking house. He's being very disrespectful.
What is he doing at this time when you're like, hey man, get the fuck out? What is he doing?
I just want to talk. He's standing the whole time, bro.
Like, no point.
No point to get out. He's like, I'm her friend. She told me to stay. Get the fuck out of my house, my nigga. So I literally gotta walk this nigga towards the fucking front door. I walk this nigga over the threshold as my wife is fucking pulling my coat, pulling everything. Baby, get off of me. Stop. I got the right to say what the fuck I need to say. This is my house. I don't want this nigga in this motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here.
And mind you lifted back there. Like,
I lifted back there.
come on.
I ain't through yet.
Please keep going.
So, I get this nigga outside. Jag still pulling on me. Leave him alone. That's my nephew. We don't know this nigga. Snap out of it. Please.
He thinks she under a spell.
Don't touch him. If you want to fucking touch him, you fucking go through me. Hold on. You already know I'm not going to fight you. You know I'm not going to put my hands on you. Move out the way. This is man to man. Please move.
Gummy bear the angry
No,
bird.
nigga, you gonna go through me. Ah! Now you causing this big ass scene. Everybody outside, everybody stopping, everybody pulling over, honking the horns and shit. I get pissed off. I throw my cup down. Rah, 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 rah. I want this nigga.
Understandable.
But you ain't put a hand on
She
this
tell a
nigga
nigga,
yet.
get in the car. I tell a nigga, you don't know who the fuck I got watching my house, nigga. I got shooters, nigga. They gonna be here in 5 minutes if your ass ain't off this property.
He got shooters, but that nigga was still in Texas for like a week after that. I believe it was Sean Davy Way show who paid that nigga's way out of Texas. But it still took another day or two or three or four or five. But he got shooters who gonna be there in 5 minutes. I'll be. I'll be.
Don't believe me, just watch. So I commenced to do what I do as OG does. Youngster, move. Okay. I proceeded. Fuck it, I'm not staying at the house. You know, I already caused a scene. I'm gonna walk. I start walking. I get to a point where there's some benches and I sit down and I'm on the phone with one of my big bros and I'm talking to him. Please calm me down. He calms me down. And at that point, 4 minutes later, guess who flying out the motherfucking parking lot? Jagging this nigga. Zumba asked me, I fucking cussed. Motherfucking bitches. Kept going. His nigga sitting in the car like he a fucking pimp and the bottom bitch driving. I'm looking like, are you fucking shitting me, nigga?
That's a wild scenario.
Yo, so
that
I
is
call
wild.
him. So I call him. Bloop. Oh, so you just gonna drive past me? We didn't see you, bitch ass nigga. Ain't nobody talking to you. Shit. I'm talking to my wife, nigga. So y'all just gonna drive past me, huh?
He don't seem to have a handle on the situation yet.
Oh, okay. It hangs up in my face. Bloop. I said, well, just come turn back around, pick me up so we had this conversation. Bloop. Okay, so now I'm walking. Like my big brother said, breathing outside air. You need to breathe, nigga. Walk to wherever you walking to. I'm not at the house right now, but walk wherever you need to walk to. Next stop, I'm gonna walk to the barbershop. It's fucking 3 miles away. I ain't getting no fuck. I got the fucking cool the fuck off. As I'm walking, my OG called me. Soldier, what's good? Y'all lady up here. Huh? Yeah, she up here screaming bitch ass, where that bitch ass nigga at? Tell the bitch ass nigga come outside. You know what I'm saying? He wanna do all this shit, you know what I'm saying? We can do this shit now. You know what I mean? Woo, 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 woo. My OG tell me, I didn't notice there was a nigga in the car. I said, yeah. Yeah, they just rolled past me. He said, you know, we love you. And we ain't gonna tolerate this shit. We ain't gonna let now nigga get in between you and your wife. I said, I love you, cuz. Appreciate it. What you want me to do? I said, if they roll up there again, you already know what to do. On me.
They more active than him.
Pull that nigga out.
You didn't do it.
That
You didn't
nigga.
do
Figure
none,
out what
you
the
didn't do
fuck
none
he
of that
around
shit.
my wife. I already told the nigga not to be around my wife. Ask him.
You didn't do none of that shit.
No doubt. What's going between you and your wife is between your wife, but we take care of that nigga though.
You
Cool.
didn't know.
Ain't no tripping. So he let me know that they pulled up. They burned off. I get a while as I'm walking, I'm calming down, praying, like, please, Lord, take this anger away from me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I understand why I'm angry, but just take it away from me. I love my wife. I just want my wife to see what the fuck is really going on. You know what I'm saying? And if she doesn't see, please show her. So as I'm walking to the barbershop, I finally make it. My godbrother called. Shout out to Nino Calion.
Shout out Nino Calion.
You know
Let's talk to him.
You know what I mean? And he called me, just checking on me. He's like, say, cuz, you good? Nigga, no. Where you at? I ain't got the car yet. Babysitter got the car and they went somewhere else. I'm trying to call them, tell them to come back and get me. So I can come get you and we can take care of this business. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Nigga, I'm walking, bro. He's like, so talk to me while you walking. What's going on? I laced him down with everything. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you know what, bro? Maybe it's just time. You know, woo, 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 woo. I said, I hear you, bro.
Don't it sound like they always going through some shit? Don't it sound like they always going through some shit?
I appreciate it, but she going through something right now.
Mm.
And it's not her. And I know it's not her. I said, I love her so much, bro, to the point where I'm thinking about the part when I put her through something, through that mental illness part where I had. And
That's that codependency. That's that codependency.
how it affected her.
Mm.
And she didn't leave me. She could have left me, bro, at any point in time. But my love didn't leave me. She stayed there and waited for me to get right.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, I'm hearing people list this, that for, you need to just go ahead and do you and woo, this, that, and the third. And I appreciate y'all's suggestions. But that's my wife. I signed up for rich or poor, thick or thin, for better or worse, till death do us part.
Yeah.
Somebody tell me where any of that is on a marriage license. If you've been married, you know. Where is richer or poorer, better or worse, thicker or thinner on a marriage license?
That's my vow to her and God. Like, yo, no matter what the fuck we go through, as long as we have fucking communication and if we decide to, that's what we do.
Mm.
But right now, nigga, we fighting for our fucking marriage. I've been wrong, she been wrong. Ain't nobody perfect in this some bitch. So, like I said, I'm walking, God brother talking to me, you know what I'm saying? I get to my destination, boom. While I'm on my way to my destination, I keep getting phone calls from her. I'm like, why the fuck do you keep blowing me up, bro?
You're not picking them up?
First I wasn't picking them up.
Okay.
Because I know she with this nigga. And I finally answered, what's good? Meet me at the V. I ain't got no money for the V. Matter of fact, I just walked from the house to the barbershop. Matter of fact, wasn't you just at the barbershop? And you just
Matter of fact, don't this sound like they in high school?
passed me up? Like, what the fuck, bro? Now you want me to fucking go way 5 more miles? You want me to walk? Nigga, fuck that. You sending me pictures of you and this nigga at the bar and shit is... For what? No, cuz. No, I'm not.
Pick me, teacher. I'll answer the question. Thank you, teacher. The question was for what? Well, to make you jealous because you weren't fucking her right. And she needed a man who had a lot more experience and a lot more curiosity, um, who doesn't look like a grown baby or better in a diaper. She said so. I'm just relaying the message.
I'm not about to come to the V because I told you if I see that nigga, I'm gonna whoop his bitch ass in front of you because I told this nigga to leave you the fuck alone. Leave my family alone. I'm not gonna go to the VFW, fuck up my motherfucking membership, whoop this bitch ass nigga ass, you know what I'm saying, over you, and fuck up my shit there. Like, no. I'm not gonna fuck up my membership at this post.
Yeah.
On some stupid ass shit because this bitch ass nigga wanna put you up under a hypnotic spell. And you ain't seeing the fucking light.
Mm.
So I told her, I said, no, I'm not coming up there. I ain't got no bread. I just spent all my bread on that bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing for no lift, none of that. I spent my last money on the lift coming home.
Yeah.
I'm not about to do that shit. So I stayed at the barbershop. I said, if you want to talk to me, you can come to the barbershop. We can talk. I have no problem. Who up there? why does it fucking matter who up here? You come and talk to me. Your husband. So come talk to me. She hang up the phone. And I try to call her back, you know what I'm saying, let her know, hey, I'm up here. I just want to talk. No answer. I call that bitch ass nigga. No answer. So I go on Instagram. Let me see somebody live right now, because ain't nobody fucking answering. I see this nigga live. Hit that motherfucker, I'm watching. She in a trance, driving like she about to go to war. After I just said, I just want to talk to you. Just, everybody see the video.
We seen the footage.
Everybody seen the footage. And everybody heard this nigga say, why he sit there picking at the motherfucking stickers that he put on his teeth. Everybody hears him say, because I heard him say it live, y'all stay tuned. We about to get into some shit.
Jacqueline Suzette Wright Johnson is driving. But somehow this is Solar's fault.
While the music playing in the background, I see my baby. She ready for a fight. Why are you ready for a fight? I just said if you want to talk. I don't want that bitch ass nigga around, period. Why are you protecting this nigga like that? So I call both of them, nobody answered. I'm like, what the fuck going on? I look up.
Come in like that?
Coming in hot.
Shit.
I'm outside smoking. Shit, god damn it, Jesus, they here.
Okay, now they both lying. Excuse me. Didn't we all see that live? Now, she did park directly in front of another car, blocking them in. But she definitely did not burn rubber. She definitely did not make all that noise. You learn how to tell stories like your wife? Overly dramatic?
Oh,
shit.
Bobby!
Bobby!
They here!
Shit.
They here, Bobby!
Shit.
So,
Interviewer just
I go
egging that shit on.
My nigga was like, yo, what's between you and your wife is between you and your wife. That nigga ain't gonna be involved in this shit.
That's a real nigga.
OG, appreciate it, fam. I thank you. So, she come in hot. Where the bitch ass nigga at? Bitch ass motherfucker. Oh, now you wanna do all this shit up here? The fucking barbershop? Well, let's go. You wanna fight somebody? You fight me. I looked at her, I said, Jackie, you are not you. And I don't know, bro, but her third eye and my third eye fucking connected. And we head to head. Like we headbutting each other. I'm looking dead in the eyes and the soul. And I swear to you, bro, she looked at me, baby, help me.
This is not me right now. Like,
nigga, I'm looking in her soul through her eyes, bro.
She's literally
baby,
justified all this behavior already.
I need you to help. I need you to be strong.
Do something.
I'm fighting.
She's already
I'm trying the best I can. As soon as she said, help me the last time, bro, I promise you, her eyes glazed over. Bitch ass nigga, I'ma kill you. I prayed in my spirit.
That's Jaguar Wright.
Lord Jesus, the blood of Jesus covered me. The blood of Jesus covers my wife. Devil, I bind you in the name of Jesus, and you get out of here in the name of Jesus. As soon as I said that internally, she turned around and walked out the damn door. That's when I went at the back.
So stop right there.
Excuse me.
She pulled up on live to make sure that
I didn't know that.
I know you didn't know that. This hindsight.
I seen her grab the phone and pass it to that nigga.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, you got this nigga out the car. Yes.
You're right. Like, record this for me just
what?
in case. I'm gonna go in.
I told you I'm gonna beat this nigga ass. I told you that I don't want this nigga around. It's period.
And we see him
The first question in the teaser said, so the first question in the teaser said, what kept you from whooping his ass? Which means he didn't. But let's go ahead with the tough talk. Mind you, he didn't.
And this nigga, you disrespectful like this, nigga?
Yeah, we see him say on live that he's there to protect her. He's on live. He has her phone saying, I'm recording. This is her phone. I'm live. I'm here to protect her while she's in there talking with you. And we see your OG telling him, no, this is
between them.
This is between them, and there's no way you're coming in.
That bitch ass nigga nutted up. Yeah, you're right. It is between them. I'm just here to protect her and everything. As long as you tell me that you protect her, we're good. Right. And my OG said, yeah, we got her.
Right.
We're gonna make sure ain't nothing gonna happen to her because we love Soulja just as much as we love Jaguar.
Right.
Matter of fact, a week before, she walked in and apologized to my nigga, to the OG, and told him, yeah, please forgive me for the things that we had happened in the past. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was rude, woo. And he forgave her. You know what I'm saying? So everything was smooth.
A week before she walked into the barbershop and apologized to his lifelong friend, mentor, and OG for being rude in the past, just a week before. So everything was good. A week before, she apologized for being rude in the past to a man who was like his father. Now, y'all heard her say the man came from an INE. Let me spell it right. INCESTOUS relationship between his mother and his uncle. His mother and her uncle. So she knows that although Gerald Johnson has a father, this barber is also like his father, and they've had a relationship where she's been rude. But it's said that that's the way she is around those parts. That she's rude to everybody. But everything's
Move
good now.
steady. After that, until this bitch ass nigga came into the picture. You know what I'm saying?
So let's pick up from there then.
Yeah.
She comes, that's where we see her come back outside.
Yeah, walk back outside after I said that prayer internally and said the devil is a lie and I bind you in the name of Jesus, get out of here.
Yeah. She's coming out fussing and you said you go out the back.
I see this nigga's by himself and I see her walking. Bet. I told my little nigga, get that nigga. And he looked at me and said, no, you get him. I said, you know what? You right. Shit. I took off.
Yeah, he was moving quick. He was moving.
I chopped around the motherfucking corner. I chopped around the other motherfucking corner. My nigga said, damn, nigga, you was moving like LT.
Nigga, you was moving. You was moving.
At this time, that's when everybody see OG say, Soulja, look out. Watch out. Soulja, don't. Come on, Soulja. And my wife steps in front of this nigga.
So and let's do it like this. And I'm going to paint it from the picture of what we see in the video. You come around the corner moving full speed.
Mama, can I get smoke?
Yes, please. Yeah, please.
Crown the coat, please. Thank you.
Yeah, Crown and Kizoak. We see, again, you come around the corner.
Yeah.
Your intention, again, I'm gonna go from my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It was not towards Jag.
Fuck no.
It was strictly at him. But I do see before the camera hits the ground that Jag notices you coming around the corner at full speed. She gets in front of you.
She
and
gets
then the camera hits the ground, and then there's commotion. So I want you to explain what happens once you come and Jaguar look like she steps in front of you.
As the video goes down, the camera's in this nigga's hand. As you hear him talking to OG and OG telling him, what's going on between them is between them. You ain't getting involved in this shit. You gotta stay the fuck out here. No problem. I'm here to protect her. I'm here to protect her. And like, as he says, you know what I'm saying? Thank you.
OG told that little boy go to the car. And he didn't. And he still didn't get his ass whooped.
As he says, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to protect her. I'm here to protect her. And as OG said, we here to protect her too because she family. So you ain't got to worry about that shit.
We hear that.
Ain't shit happening.
We hear that.
So this nigga pussied up. He's still holding the camera talking. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that you protecting her too.
We hear that.
Blah, 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 blah. He holding the camera. As I said that prayer. The Jaguar walks around the back. She walks back outside. As she turns around, I notice her leaving. Bet, that's my opportunity. I take off. Like I said, I chop around the corner. I had a bottle of water in my hand. I chunked that bitch. I got to get him before she get up to the front. I gotta beat her to the front so I can touch this nigga. I told him, stay away from my wife, nigga. Don't touch my wife no more, nigga. Stop whispering shit in my wife's ear, nigga. I see you who you are, nigga. You a threat. You are op, cuz.
Yet you have no spiritual power to defeat him. You have to fight him. And you still never whooped his ass.
And I told you, you stay around my fucking wife, I gotta put my hands on you. Because you didn't listen to me the first time, the second time, or the third time. Now I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna protect mine. As I come around the corner, you heard OG say, look out, soldier. Watch out. Don't do that, soldier. She stepped in front of me. You gotta go through me. As I'm chopping up. Yeah, I topped him off.
So you got to him.
What?
Because we don't see this.
What? You see it because this nigga drops the camera.
Right.
He swung at me. He dropped the camera and swung at me. Oh my God, nigga, you done gave me the green light.
What happened to Virgil?
I was just bullshitting you at first. To see if you were gonna do something. And you did. Get over here, nigga.
I'm sorry.
And as you hear in the video, I told you to stay away.
No, I object. I object. Order in the court. I object. It was. That's what it was, sir. It wasn't. Nah, we ain't hear nothing like that. No.
Away from my fucking wife, nigga.
We hear it.
No, we don't. Stop
We
lying.
hear Jack.
Get off him! Get off my nephew, you fuck nigga!
We hear that.
Was you saying that because you was scared I was gonna kill him?
No.
Because you know your husband?
It looked troublesome. It looked like an issue.
You know I could black out at any moment.
Stop gassing that man up.
But thanks be unto God, I didn't because I was on my medication. I was thinking about everything calculated. This nigga grabbed my hands, this nigga said,
You talking about two niggas right now at this moment in real time. Today is January 28th, 2023. It is approximately 8:25 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And you talking about two niggas right now in the same home, three, probably four, in the same house, whose peace, sanity, emotional intelligence, emotional awareness, self-control at right now is based on whether they're taking a medication. I just feel like it's my obligation in this moment, regardless of what my opinions are, to send healing energy to that household because that's crazy. Literally. No shade, but for real. That's crazy. Talking about a crazy house? Mama schizophrenic, Jaguar diagnosed with who knows what, and she on lithium right now.
And a love spell on me. I
Old
love you,
boy is on
Jill. I
medication.
love you. I'll never
And
hit you.
poor
You're my
Sam.
brother. Bitch, nigga, how the fuck am I your brother? And I'm married to your auntie. Don't that make me your uncle, bitch? And as he said this shit, I'm feeling weaker and weaker and weaker
You
until my
feeling
nigga
weaker.
said, Soldier, look at him.
But you the spiritually strong one. And somebody had to snap you out of the sunken place using soldier language to get you to defend your wife's honor. Because spiritually, you're not strong or educated or hygienic. Spiritually, baby, you are led, not taught. There's a difference.
Finish him, Soldier. Nigga, you so goddamn right, nigga. Bitch ass nigga, didn't I tell you to stay?
Did you ever see that happen? No. We saw a nigga hugging a nigga, and we heard, I love you, bro. You're my bro. I love you, bro. I never hurt you, bro. I love you, bro. You didn't hear no bitch ass nigga. Didn't I tell you to stay away from my wife? You ain't hear that. You heard, I love you, bro. I'll always be with you, bro. I didn't hear a nigga say, ow, ooh, ching, chang, walla, walla, bing. I didn't hear none of that shit. I heard a nigga who had full control of the situation and you getting weaker. That's called delusion. It's the reenactment for me.
Get off my wrist, off my wife. You get off of him. He's my nephew. Shut up, he's not your nephew.
Yeah, we heard that a few times. Camera comes up. We see you on top of him.
Y'all see the dress go back. After I break that shit and nigga tell, I hear my partner, I hear my battle buddy, tell me, finish him, Soldier. I got him in the headlock. And I know UC. And UC is unarmed combat that they teach us. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I hate to say I love the fight, but I love when the fight is on the ground because that's my shit. They taught me very well how to maneuver and subdue my opponent. I'm not gonna say the real word, but subdue my opponent.
Murder.
Because when it comes to unarmed combat in the military, nigga, it's your life or their life. As we seen in Saving Private Ryan
But this
when they
isn't military
go
combat.
through
This is
the little village and
your wife is a
and the
whore.
German
house.
dude and the
it's
American dude with the
mono
knife
on
fight.
mono, yeah, mono
Yo,
on mono.
one on one. Then click, click. Oh
Weapon.
shit, we ain't got no bullets. Nigga, we gonna go to the bad nets.
Yes.
This
Nigga,
isn't
that
war.
shit real.
This is your wife is a whore.
And that shit kicks in.
Kicks
When a
in.
nigga had my
'Cause you need
wrist, I was
therapy.
I'm thinking while I'm beating this nigga's ass. I'm not insane.
You are.
Who tells you they thinking while they fucking fighting?
We're
Everybody.
processing right now.
I hate to say it, but I operate very well in chaos. They train me very well to operate in chaos.
Your father is your great uncle.
chaos.
Jag has said that. He operates when the pressure's on, he operates.
When it came to Philadelphia TV network, guess what? I learned that shit in 24 fucking hours and didn't fucking know how the fuck I learned that shit. Exactly. I picked it up and I ran with it. And y'all enjoying what y'all enjoy now. Because of
the website is trash.
That shit. Thanks, Army, for wiping out what the fuck I knew and building me up as a soldier. Because I will forever be a soldier.
That's so sad, man.
I will forever know how to operate in chaos. Because that's where I think the clearest.
That's so sad.
So I'm curious. You have him in a headlock, but again, I'm just going off the footage I seen. And
You couldn't see it.
Yeah, like you're on top.
Well, interviewer, I understand you're trying to get the tea, right? And I understand you're trying to get the story. But you need to stop right there and talk about that thing. Because you're talking to a man who just told you that he sees his wife's lover the same way he would see a military enemy in Germany. That's what he's telling you. He said there's no difference in his mind, in his perception, in his navigation of the situation. There's no difference between a man who's fucking his wife and an international enemy based on his brainwashing as a military servant, soldier of the United States Army or Marine Corps or Navy or Air Force. I'm not quite sure which branch he served in. Appreciate the intention of your service, sir. But it really did fuck you up. It really did. It breaks my heart for you to think that way. And you still never whooped his ass. Still never did. It's
Top
not
of
on
him.
camera.
But this is, I guess, after that.
Motherfucker had his knees in my chest. Folks analyzed this. And then slowed the damn takedown. You see, Goomba couldn't really get to him the way he really wanted to because that little bitch ass nigga had his knees in his chest. And, Goomba couldn't really, I couldn't. I was thinking to myself, why the fuck I can't reach this nigga?
He outsmarted you.
I can't reach him. I looked up, this thing got his knees in my chest.
He outsmarted
Let me
you,
collapse that. Let me shorten the distance. Oh, now he got my wrist. Okay, cool. I'm thinking, if I strike this nigga with my bows, I can either knock him out or cut him. Now, if I cut him, that's going to be evidence that we had a... I can't do that.
Oh, you processing.
I told you I work well in chaos. I'm processing all the way, like you said. I'm thinking, no, don't strike him.
What he's telling you is, up to this point, he has not landed one punch. And he finally realized that this man had his
Meet me
knees
at
in
the
his
V.
chest. Hold on, y'all.
Feeling weaker and weaker.
So funny to hear that. I was getting weaker and weaker, even though I got all this spiritual knowledge.
And when I replayed the video and watched the video...
Let me go back just a little bit.
This is, I guess, after that.
Motherfucker had his knees in my chest because folks analyzed this. And then slowed the damn takedown. You see, Goomba couldn't really get to him the way he really wanted to because that little bitch ass nigga had his knees in his chest. And, Goomba couldn't really, I couldn't. I was thinking to myself, why the fuck I can't reach this nigga? I can't reach him. I looked up, this thing got his knees in my chest. Let me collapse that. Let me shorten the distance. Oh, now he got my wrist. Okay, cool. I'm thinking, if I strike this nigga with my bows, I can either knock him out or cut him. Now, if I cut him, that's going to be evidence that we had a scuffle. I can't do that.
Oh, you processing.
I told you I work well in chaos. I'm processing all the way, like you said. I'm thinking, no, don't strike him. Nigga, get your fucking hands off me. Beep, 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 beep. I'm gonna hit you with the ease. That's why my index finger is swollen now. Cause how they ran the tape back and slowed it down, they see this nigga's dreads fly back before his head moves. Yeah, cause when he released my motherfucking hands, I popped his bitch ass.
Ask him, did he land a punch anywhere where it mattered? That boy was covered in replicas of Yeezy's best. All kind of homeless people's clothes. Did you see the reflection of him in the glass at the barbershop? He had on shoes, tennis shoes, socks, long shorts, a t-shirt, and a big old sweater. And y'all know it's been getting cold in Texas these last few winters. He didn't land a punch. He didn't get his ribs like he did the dog. He didn't get nothing. He wore himself out. That's why you felt your body getting weaker. It wasn't no spell. It's because you fat and you live in delusions of grandeur. That's why. You were getting weaker because you were wearing
That's
out your
quick.
energy doing nothing.
Motherfucker, you gonna feel me, nigga. Get the fuck away from my wife like I told you. I'm gonna show you fat meat greasy. Cause you don't believe it.
I know you believe it.
So that end up happening. I pop up. I don't know why I said what I said. Did you fuck this nigga? And slapped the phone out of her hand.
Because she did.
I don't know if it's because this nigga said something to me subconsciously or not.
Subconsciously, he told you I
Something
fucked
in
your
you
wife.
made you
Say that.
say that.
But I didn't think to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It wasn't nothing like I'm asking from factual, subconscious.
It just popped out. And when I replayed the video and watched the video when everybody was analyzing it, it's like, damn, I said that. I didn't really realize I said that shit.
You said it.
And I even told my wife that. I didn't realize I said that shit. And before I slapped the phone out your hand, I didn't realize that. I said, because that nigga was using his fucking spell on me and trying to make me jealous. And make it seem like it's a jealous moment that I'm fighting him.
Wait, so he was whispering to you as...
Isn't it completely normal to be jealous? Isn't it completely normal? If your wife left the house one night at 2 o'clock in the morning, and that same night the police knocked your doors down, basically, and then the next day she comes up to the barbershop with that same nigga, and you already said this nigga was touching your wife too much, whispering in her ear and shit, making her glasses of wine, wouldn't you be jealous? Is that not a normal, natural feeling for the situation, bitch ass nigga? I mean, you can push it down, but that's why you a bitch ass nigga, because you were pushing it down. That's why your wife calls you to this day a bitch ass nigga, because instead of showing the passion for her that would like be like, why is this nigga even here in the first day? Day one. Day one, he should not have ever been there. There's no reason why that man should have ever been around your wife. But she already said you don't fuck her right. So there's that. I mean,
As he was pouncing on her,
you can hear it in the fucking tape. I love you. You're my brother. I love you. I love you. I don't want to fight you. I'm not going to hit you. You can hear it in the tape, bro.
Okay.
And why he said this shit, I'm getting weak and weak and weak and weak.
Because you fat and fat.
Yeah, because no one wants to fight. Like, I need your aggression for me to go harder.
No,
if you're,
I need to be less
and that's what, killing with love, it's just like, all right, I'm going to, I don't want to
kill him with kindness.
Right. Yeah, therefore,
I'm going to tear down
that
stop.
How you going to be on top of a nigga saying, bat, 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 which it didn't happen like that, and then say, oh, I'm going to kill him with kindness? That's why I was getting weak. Not because I'm not really a fighter. Not because I attracted a woman who actually dominates me to the fact where my soul knows I shouldn't be fighting for her like this, because what is there for it in it for me? What's in it for me? What's in it for you, Gerald? I know she's built your head up and said, Philadelphia this, and things are going to be this way, and she's going to give you this position, and you're going to meet all these people, and you're going to have all these connections, and before you know it, and all those things may very well happen. And I know you've never achieved anything before you met this woman. But she's got you on the ground on video, looking like an angry teddy bear, fighting a boy. She got you out here looking stupid as fuck to this day. To this motherfucking day. She got you looking stupid. And you're trying to exploit
Spirit,
her.
right?
She
Yeah.
getting you.
And yo, like I said, when my partner said, when my battle boy said, finish him, G, finish him, soldier.
Never did though.
You sure right.
You sure didn't.
Ooh.
Didn't.
And pythons with the working.
Never did. Python
And my
went to
niggas like,
sleep.
you snap it, soldier, snap it. I thought about it. Now, if I snap this nigga neck, it's gonna be a murder charge.
You couldn't
I
even
can't
get to
do
that
this
nigga neck.
shit.
Oh, you process.
You said his dreads were flying everywhere, which meant they were actually hitting you in the face because I fought with dreadlocks before. I wore dreadlocks for 14 years and I've been in a fight as a dreadlock wearer. You finished that motherfucker with them dreadlocks. Don't ever get it twisted. If that nigga was fighting you and he was shaking his dreadlocks, them bitches was smacking you in the motherfucking unexpected face. Dreadlocks are unpredictable, like Medusa snakes. So you're not going to tell me that you finished him. You sure didn't. Let the record
What? And I
You
let
did
it go a
not.
little bit.
You process.
And he try to gather out. No, nigga, you ain't going nowhere. Hold on, let me think about this again. If I do this, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad for our brand. I'm gonna be locked up. My baby gonna be, no, I can't do this shit. So I release him.
You a lie.
That's when you see,
You got tired.
we get up and I'm beep, beep, I pop him in.
Y'all met my brother Eric in China, right? I alluded to these scars on my arm. And that scar he won't admit is right here on his forehead, like Harry Potter. So one day I'll tell you about the whole fight. The part I'll tell you is, at some point I realized this nigga had the ability to whoop my ass. So I stopped fighting. That's what happened here. He got tired.
And then I fucking slapped the phone on my wife's hand.
So I want to get to the most important part. And this is very important right here. Jag said, as that was going on, one of your guys commenced to either knock her down, push her down, physically alter her situation.
Mm-hmm.
In which I want you to address that. If you've seen that happen, if you noticed it, if you saw whatever she's saying, not saying it didn't happen or not, because again, she said it happened. That someone in the bar, someone there, either the OG or someone, one of your
One OG.
Yeah, one of your guys.
Yeah.
Physically,
one of the little ones that love me.
Yeah, physically came onto her to get her.
I'm gonna
in
tell
a
you like
different
this.
position.
I didn't know none of that shit because my main focus was get this bitch ass nigga away from my wife. You want to try to prove that I'm a bitch, nigga? I'm gonna show you I'm not. I will fight for mine to the death, nigga.
Didn't.
My wife knows that.
Didn't.
And for her to be on this side screaming, get off my nephew, this is not your nephew.
Sure isn't.
We don't know this nigga.
Sure didn't.
And for you to say that you've been knowing this nigga for 2 weeks, yo, that tells me this nigga put you in some type of motherfucking hypnotic spell.
No.
For it to be that strong.
To be that strong that you tell the cops that you know this nigga for 2 weeks and we only seen this nigga 3 days.
She known that nigga for 2 weeks.
You are the queen of transparency.
No, she's a liar.
You are my love. You are my rock.
No.
You are my
No. Maybe Rock. Jaguar Wright tells you things after the fact, honey bunny. Like you haven't picked up on that pattern yet. Like you found out about MJ after he kissed her. You found out about Solar after she had already been in communication with him for a while and invited him to come spend time with you guys. You said he just popped up after there was a announcement about interns. He couldn't afford to get himself out of Texas. Who do you think paid to get him in Texas? Honey, you got to see reality for what it is. Your wife, she's a great singer, but she's a
Everything.
whore. She's a whore. She
And I
tells you
love you, and I don't want to see you
after the
go down this
fact.
fucking path, and I'm trying to warn you. But you don't believe me. You don't believe anything I say because of what I've done in the past. I lied to you about myself because I didn't want to look bad. I didn't want
He finally told you that his mother and his uncle were fucking and that he's a product of taboo relationships. And you started to remind him of it every time you got a chance and disrespect him for it. So he never really earned your trust because you realized that you married a man you didn't know. Honey, we've been there. Most of us who were married realize that. Even the ones who stay married.
you to fucking get away from me because I'm dealing with mental illness and I'm dealing with PTSD due
Call
to
it what it is.
combat.
Call it what it
And,
is.
and, and I'm not taking my medication the way that I'm supposed to take it at the time because I'm scared of how it's working with my body. And I'm scared that you're going to fucking leave me like everybody else has.
That breaks my
But
heart.
you have been the only person who told me my dreams.
Damn.
You're the only person that told me what I say in my dreams when I speak out loud, when I talk in my sleep. Every other relationship that I fucking had, they would tell me, baby, you know you sleeping, you know you talking in your sleep. Oh yeah, my mom taught me that all the time. You know, what did I say? Oh, nothing. It was nothing bad. 2 weeks later, you can't deal with me. You know, it's time for us to be done with.
Right.
My wife is
He loves Jaguar Wright because she told him the fucked up things he was revealing about his soul, about the girls he probably violated while he was deployed, about the fellow soldiers he probably was intimate with, about the things he experienced. And she didn't leave him. So he loves her because she saw some of the ugliest parts of him and still stayed with him. Wow. I don't know if that's what you should base the love on.
the only person in this world, and that's why I love her so fucking much, to tell me what I've said in my dreams. And it be some fucking fucked up ass shit.
And that coming from a real place.
Yo, I'm talking about back in the war type shit. Baby, you talking about you did that the third. Huh? For real? Verbatim like that?
Like you said, other women have left in that sense.
Left because they're scared.
She has persevered.
Stayed. Persevered. Told me verbatim what I said. This shit scared the
I ain't heard nobody say yet I went and sought therapy about those things. No judgment, no criticism, just pointing it out. Because pain can't heal pain. It's impossible.
fuck out of me at times.
All right, so Goomba, I want to do it like this. And this is a very, very touchy subject, man. And we got to navigate this correctly. After that altercation went down, we see Jaguar. And again, I'm just going off the live. We see her run back to the car, angry, upset.
Yeah.
Mind you, she has been in here to do interviews, and we're doing a podcast where she spoke on her son, Giovanni.
God bless the dead.
Where she's able to touch her son, speak to her son.
We have actually touched her son.
And
we have actually spoke to her son, his ashes.
The part I find hard about that is that for people to denounce certain forms of spirituality and then do the same thing when it benefits them, you're not a Christian if you have touched and talked to your deceased son. It just doesn't exist in the tenets of Christianity. You're talking to somebody with a license to preach and a master's degree in church planting from a seminary. I know that Bible. You can't do that. That's called witchcraft according to Christianity, and it's an abomination. What you did at that barbershop was also considered an abomination as well.
We have both done that. I could have easily been like, fuck no, nigga, I'm not about to do that shit with you. But I'm your husband. I'm proving to you that I am 100% with you.
That's your intention.
I did not meet this young man. I heard of his demise. I seen his demise.
Right.
Saw.
And it hurt me to the point to think and hear your story on how you learned about his demise.
Right.
That's heartbreaking.
I've been the only nigga to support you to actually take you to the site.
The only.
And let you vent
So
the way you
codependent.
vent.
I'm the only nigga
Because
that
you
loved
lost
you
your
like this.
firstborn.
Right.
Now, mind you, I mean, I would hate to see something happen to anybody's firstborn child, but y'all gotta stop talking stupid to your children. You can't say you dead to me. You dead to me, yo. And then the next day be surprised your son deletes himself. You told him he was dead to you. That's what you said. That doesn't excuse any of your behavior.
I stayed by your side. I was there when you fucking wrecked that goddamn lobby. For your son. You wanted to go to jail that night, but I told them people, please don't call the cops. She's grieving very bad.
This is something else.
It's something else.
She was literally in a mental hospital last Saturday before last. In none of this time has anybody said, honey, baby, let's go sit down and talk to somebody who's skilled and educated to deal with these kinds of things. It's okay to talk to the ashes. It's okay to do all of that. That's all well and good, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, it is okay. But you got to deal with the psychological part of it too.
Please forgive us. I'm taking her home.
Don't lock us up.
And we went home.
We went home, not to a therapist.
And it was a situation where even when she came here, she had spoke to us and said, I'm sorry, y'all. I was talking to my son. I was touching my son. And in retrospect, I'm knowing now that it was his ashes that she kept close to where. And again, I want your thoughts on this because this is all retrospect. This is all after the fact. I'm sure you weren't in that car to see what was going on. Because
I didn't know what the fuck was going on in the car. I was in the shop.
You were in the shop.
And I'm wondering, like, why the fuck they ain't leaving yet?
Right. There's something going on over there.
It already went down. You need to leave before these laws get called, because you know they're going to get called.
It's getting there. Yeah.
What? And ain't no...
He is the only person I've ever heard call them the laws. I love it when he say these laws. Why you call the laws on me? That must be some Texas shit. I love that. That is
Nobody in the fucking shop gonna call laws because of me. I told him, don't nobody call laws. She gonna leave. Leave her alone.
Not the law.
Everything's done. I did what I was supposed to do. That's that. If you fucking learn this lesson, I'll see him later. They ain't gonna learn this lesson then.
That altercation in itself, of course, caused her to go in there and then, of course, take Giovanni's ashes. Of course, she did proceed to take him out,
I've seen the video.
You've seen the video.
And I was very upset about that. Not knowing she was upset about.
So for everybody who was afraid to actually admit that she desecrated her son's ashes, desecrated, Google it. For everyone who was afraid to admit that this woman could do that, and then the next couple days later justify it, she did it. She wasn't possessed by a devil, because I know people who've been possessed. I've been in that situation where I've prayed people through that. I've been in exorcisms and all kind of crazy shit. This man will say later he's fourth generation Kojic. I'm not. I'm eighth generation me. Uh-huh. Okay. And I've been in a situation where I've seen people possessed, and when they come out of those situations, they don't remember what happened. This woman justified what happened, which tells us she was conscious, she was cognizant, she was lucid. She was not out of her mind when she sprinkled her son's ashes over those strangers and committed legal assault against them.
Being slammed
Yeah,
that I never knew about, and screaming that death to everybody, and if you want to die, you're gonna die, and she's rubbing Giovanni faces. But if y'all don't realize, y'all run the tape back again, y'all see that nigga doing the same shit.
He did the same stuff.
That nigga rubbed Giovanni's ashes on his face.
Now, I will say this.
And tried to reverse the motherfucking spell and couldn't do the shit.
Yes. He said he did that, which is...
They don't know the truth, Jackie. Calm down. Please. Please come back. They don't know the truth. Listen to the tape. He's trying to reverse the shit and can't. Until the demon tells him, where's your phone? Get your phone. I didn't realize one of my YGs had the nigga phone. And I'm sitting in the shop like, why the fuck they ain't leaving yet, bro? They need to be gone before the laws get here. She don't need to be in fucking trouble. They need to go.
Because we hear her saying, Solar, come on. Like, as in...
Who called the police based on my information and a video on YouTube, of course, is a woman, a security guard who's over the shopping center. That's who called the police. He didn't want to get in it with his flashlight. He didn't want to intervene. He just called the popo. That's who got the police involved. And in that area, which is a little subset of Dallas, Dallas PD has to be called as well. So there was a lot of law enforcement and ambulance and firefighters for both cities there. That's why it looks so crazy.
He left to go back towards the door.
He was already at the door apologizing, telling her, I love Gerald. I love Gerald. I don't know why he's acting like this. I don't know, blah, 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 woo, woo. We love him. You know, he's blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Mm-hmm. That's why she was called, come. That was the higher demon called the lower demon to come.
She's so dramatic.
Y'all gotta understand, the word says,
she admitted
we don't fight flesh and blood, but we fight principalities and higher things. And
see, when this interview takes place, let me remind you, he hasn't spoken to his wife yet. They haven't put their stories together. She tells us the next day she was completely conscious. This was not a demon. She doesn't have any mental issues. God sent her to the mental hospital to sing. God sent her to the mental hospital to sing. Not because she needs help.
Darkness. That's what we fight against in these last days.
All right.
So when you hear her say, come, that's not my wife.
That's Jaguar Wright.
My wife speaks in complete sentences and articulates her verbiage very well. When have y'all ever noticed her to sit there and have short sentences?
When she lying?
Matter of fact, I filmed her getting pulled out of the vehicle, the police officer's car, because she was kicking the window. And every time she was kicking the window, she kicked 3 times. And every time she kicked the window, she was screaming, bitch ass nigga, I'm going to kill you. That wasn't my wife. I know it was a demon. I've seen demon possessions before. I'm fourth generation Kojic. One of the highest holiness churches in this world. I done seen people get healed. I done seen demon possessions.
Oh, no. We not gonna do that. That nigga said he fourth generation Kojic. He done been to convocation at least 17 times. He got family in Memphis. I'm fourth generation Kojic. One of the most self righteous, hypocritical, judgmental, raping, homosexual, condemning, demonic, deceptive Christian denominations. The Church of Motherfucking God in Christ, the home of James Cleveland, the rapist. Fuck you. Don't talk about your spiritual knowledge and all that sin is living in the Church of God in Christ. And I don't even believe there is a such thing as sin. But if there is, it lives at the Church of God in Christ. This is the Church of God. I know the song. And I know y'all full of shit too. I know exactly what it is. You're not going to tell me.
Chaos. Because that's where I think the clearest.
This is the Church of God in Christ. You can't join in. You got to be born in. That sounds like a cult to me. Know where I want to be.
To go.
Because we hear her saying, Solar, come on. Like, as in, he left to go back towards the door.
He was already at the door apologizing, telling her, I love Gerald. I don't know why he's acting like this. I don't know, blah, 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 woo, woo. We love him. You know, he's blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Mm-hmm. That's why she was called, come. That was the higher demon calling the lower demon to come.
No, that's not how any of this works. No, that is not how this works. That was Jaguar Wright calling Solar. She was trying to play that little dramatic spiritual game with him. No, they don't love me. They never had my back. And then she said, wait a minute, I got to get the fuck up out of here because the law's about to come. Get in the car. She said, get in the car. That was Philly. So that was Philly Jaguar. Broadway Jaguar said, no, they've never loved me. But Philly Jaguar said, get in the motherfucking car. And then Solar said, hey guys, I'm about to go get my phone. I'll be back. Take two.
Y'all gotta understand. The word says we don't fight flesh and blood, but we fight principalities.
But you had that nigga on the ground, slow mollywopping him. But you don't fight flesh and blood. Yeah, you obviously don't.
Upset.
Yeah.
Mind you, she has been in here to do interviews, and we're doing a podcast where she spoke on her son, Giovanni.
Oops.
All this other shit. She was, come, Solar, come.
That's fucking Jaguar Wright. On any given motherfucking day. Y'all know she is. I've seen her before. She's been here where I live before they got rid of the dog. And I was afraid to approach her because I had no idea what was going to come. She was here. I saw her and her husband. They had the dog outside the car, walking him and letting him poop somewhere recently. I saw her. She spent time here a couple summers ago. She was always in the deserts, and I've seen her out. But she's so unpredictable. And I've been around people. I was raised in a home of mental illness. So I know people can be really unpredictable. And without therapy and counseling, you never know what you're going to get. I'm a strong proponent of it. And if you hear somebody talk about certain things, but you never hear them talk about the help, you never know what you're going to get when you encounter them. So it made every single piece of sense to me to keep my distance. So all that sola, that was Jaguar being performative as she is.
All that bullshit there. You laying on the fucking horn, give me his phone, give me his phone. You know, all that shit.
Drama.
You causing domestic, you causing the fucking
Some disturbance
disturbing
for
the peace.
yeah
Folks trying to
for
go
the other businesses.
Yeah, folks trying to take care of their business.
What time is this? It's like, it looks like it's like 5 o'clock. Sunset.
It's
like
about down there sunset.
Okay.
On the Sabbath.
On a Sabbath, yes.
And you supposed to have gone to church
MLK weekend.
and pick up everybody and on the MLK weekend.
Yeah.
I told you to leave. Leave. I didn't do what the fuck I wanted to do. I hope I showed this nigga. I'm not fucking playing no fucking games about my family. And you still here, you want to come get out the car, grab Giovanni's ashes, spread them everywhere because you've been slammed that I don't know about. But as soon as I find out, I violate that nigga. I discipline him. Nigga, don't you ever put your hands on mine.
No, you didn't.
Nigga, I'm OG around here, nigga.
No, you're not.
Don't ever put your hands on mine. I don't care if you trying to secure her or whatever the fucking case may be, nigga. Don't do that shit. She beating you with a bottle, OG. I didn't feel it. Mm-hmm. They call me Goomba Head for a reason.
She was beating you with a bottle, OG. I didn't feel it. I remember I said to somebody, excuse me, he said you were retarded. And she said, he said that? Yeah, he said that. Oh, I didn't hear that. Wow. This relationship.
I didn't feel that motherfucking shit. I heard she was beating me with a fucking bottle, punching me in the head. I never felt none of that shit because my focus was on this bitch ass nigga.
Because you used to.
Stay away from my wife. You don't think fat meat greasy? I'm showing you right now, it's greasy and a bitch.
You couldn't reach him.
So I'm about to ask you then, you go live. Mm-hmm. At the moment you go live.
I go live because
the cops already.
I can't. They're already. They done pulled up fast in the hole.
How many squad cars? Just
at the time I looked up, it was about 4 of them.
Wow.
I'm talking about. They pull up. Somebody done called.
Here's why there were 4 cars. Not because it was a big deal. In 2016, Barack Obama released the 20th century policing strategy. It meant that every single police officer that arrived had to arrive with a second car, not only for extra coverage, but for a witness and accountability. I just told you in this particular area, if a first responder responds for the city of whatever that was, it was a small city right outside of Dallas. If a first responder responds, Dallas has to respond too. So if Barack Obama said in 2016, and this has not gone away, the 20th century policing is still in effect. As a matter of fact, we asked the mayor and the city council of Charlotte and Mecklenburg County to review it because there were some things there that Obama was supposedly putting in place to protect us as well, which weren't really. They were more like dog whistles. But anyway, if that was in place, and this was just a couple weeks ago, that meant every police officer that responded was going to respond with an extra car. That's why there were 4 cars. If it was 2015, there would have been 2. If it was 1986, there probably would have only been 1. This wasn't that big of a deal. It really wasn't. I mean, we're talking about the police officers, the firefighters, and the ambulance all had to show up 2 by 2. 2 for each, 1 for each area. 2 fire departments, 2 ambulance or whatever they're called, paramedics, and 2 police departments. And each police department had to have 2 cars. That's why there were 4. Come on, let's not turn hood ghetto drama into a big deal.
I'm saying somebody done called. She out there throwing Giovanni's ashes everywhere. I not realizing this was fucking going on. My partners come in. Yo, get your wife. She out there throwing dirt. She throwing dirt.
Them niggas said she was throwing dirt. I have been wondering for weeks what those poor people thought was being thrown on them. I have literally wondered for weeks, day after day after day, for this has got to be the 15th day. And it just came to my mind. I'm going on a cruise tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and I'm so excited. Ugh, so excited. I have wondered for weeks what those people thought was being thrown on them. They thought it was dirt, my nigga. Jaguar, you crazy as fuck. Mama, just get some help, boo. They thought it was dirt. How could you be offended
I
if you
get
don't even know
questions.
what
Yo,
it is?
your wife. I heard your wife threw ashes on you. She ain't throw Giovanni's ashes on me. I was
Never
already
did.
in the motherfucking shop. I stopped beating this nigga's ass and
Stop
going to
beating his
shop to fucking
ass.
calm the fuck
Wait a
down so y'all
minute.
can
Wait a
fucking leave.
minute. Don't make me do it. Don't make me play the beginning of the trailer where he says, "What was it that stopped you from whooping that man's ass?" And you said, "The peace of God." Lucky for you, I have a broadcast degree. This is light work. What was it that stopped you from beating that man's
There's
ass?
your side,
Right.
there's her side,
Right.
and the truth.
You sending me pictures of you and this nigga at the bar and she said, if you give me the gun, I'ma take him home and I'ma come back.
Wow.
I looked at her and said, hell no. I ain't never beat her like fucking Ike beat Tina. It might have been a shove over the bed or something like that. I'm her friend. She told me to stay. Get the fuck out of my house, my nigga.
What stopped you from just whooping his ass?
The peace of God, my love for my wife.
What stopped you from just whooping this nigga's ass? What stopped you from just whooping this nigga's ass?
You want to fucking get rowdy and shit and want to throw Giovanni's ashes because somebody done put the hands on you I ain't fucking know about. Because I'm maintaining on this nigga. All I know is my niggas gonna make sure that you safe and I'm safe. That way you ain't fucking come over here and pull us off and I fucking snap off on you and you get in the fucking scuffle.
Right.
So I didn't even know nothing about that shit until afterwards.
Right.
Until little homie say, OG, I'm just letting you know, hey, I had to. She about to jump on top of you. Nigga, you don't touch mine, nigga. Let her jump on top of me, nigga. Matter of fact, now you gotta.
Oh, how you get somebody rules afterwards? Keep my wife safe. But let her jump on top of me if I'm fighting or trying to fight.
Face me. Let me take care of you real quick. Let me teach you a lesson. If OG say don't touch her, nigga, you don't touch her.
He didn't do shit to that nigga.
He lying. Point motherfucker blank.
Yeah.
He lying.
Now you gotta taste what the fuck I gotta get to
He
you.
lying.
And
He
you
lying.
tasted that shit.
He lying. Look at his
And he
face.
respected that shit.
He
I was out of
lying.
line, OG.
He
My
lying.
fault.
He
I love
lying.
you. We love you.
That nigga lying.
We looking out for you. I appreciate that. But
He
I
lying.
never gave you that order, nigga.
He
I
lying.
told you to watch after her. Make sure she doesn't get.
Can you help me understand which organization this is that we're talking about? Because I just hear a whole bunch of hood shit. Hood logic. Last week we talked about pimp logic. This week we talking about fucking hood logic. What organization is this that has these rules? And now there's a consequence for breaking them. What the fuck? What in the whole fuck? It doesn't make any sense. So now you're saying you beat that dude up too, but we know you didn't do that. Gummy bear. We know you didn't do that. You lying. We can tell in your face you lying. Because we established during the beginning of this conversation, when we were looking at your body and your body language, we established a baseline for your communication. And your face is stiff when you lying. Your cheeks ain't raised. Your forehead ain't raised. It ain't no emotion in your face. You lying.
Hurt.
Not hurt her.
If she fucking fights you, nigga, that's what that is. You eat that. You eat that.
Wave her off, if anything, honestly.
You eat that.
Wave Jaguar right off. A
And
woman
you got her to.
squared up against a gummy bear. Would you ever square up against a gummy bear? That's like the stupidest thing to do. Because that gummy bear is nothing but mass. Like a Teletubby. It's going to pummel you. She squared up against a gummy bear with breasts. But you just wave her off.
Safety, nigga. You eat that. You don't pick my motherfucking wife up and dump her, nigga. Now you gotta see me. You don't want to see OG.
Nigga, you lying.
What BG want to see OG for real though?
You lying.
That's
You
real.
lying.
Shit.
You ain't no OG,
Well, why
nigga.
YG want to see OG? No, none of them.
You making shit up as you go
That's right.
along.
So
And
This is
I'm
weird.
glad you're understanding that, because that's one thing that Jaguar was vocal about. Again, I will say, with when she went live with Tokyo Tony,
yeah,
that's one thing she really said. Like,
yeah.
and
He knew that they were gonna dump me. He did. I didn't know none of that shit, baby.
and it was addressed.
And I'm addressing that shit now. I didn't know that shit. And when I found out, your husband took care of it like an OG should. And
He
guess what?
lied.
That nigga has more respect for you than
He lying. He lying.
you are Mrs. Soldier.
Oh, God.
They know not to fuck with you.
That's your nickname,
Because if they
sir.
fuck with you, they gotta fuck with me, and they know not to fuck with me.
Oh, my God. Y'all both crazy.
So I have to ask, Goomba, when you went live,
Yeah.
Solar was in the back seat of a police.
I caught that
Yeah,
at the right time
Yeah.
as he was getting placed in the back seat of the cop car, because his ass started to fucking, don't touch her! Ah, la, 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 la. Woo, loo, 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 loo.
And I'm just,
They was like, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. Matter of fact, put your ass in the car.
I'm just curious, because again, we weren't there.
Yeah.
Solar's in the back of a squad car.
Before that, he was acting American, I'm American, blah, blah, blah. And he tried to put spells on these niggas.
When you say these niggas, you mean the laws. Damn.
He tried to put a love spell on them. I love you, I love you, I love you. If y'all go back to where Nature Boy and Carbonation actually got caught up and locked up, look at what they were saying. They were saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, peace unto you. They were saying the love spell so they wouldn't get fucking handled the way they got handled.
That means the love spell didn't work.
This nigga learned from that fucking lesson and used that shit up on the fucking DeSoto Police Department.
And it worked on your wife.
For some reason, now I don't want to say for some reason, Jaguar was the more aggressive in that scenario.
Because she is.
Solar did not get taken to jail.
I don't like
But
that.
Jaguar got apprehended. Like you said, she was kicking a window.
She was kicking the window to the point where she fucking... I love my wife. She's so strong. She fucking kicked this guy. I'm thinking it was her head the whole time. My baby kicked this damn goddamn cop car door to the point where she ajarred that bitch. As if you from the hood and you lock your keys in the car, you know how much strength it takes to pull that fucking door frame back to stick the goddamn hanger off in that bitch to pop that lock. My baby kicked that bitch 3 times to the point where that motherfucker was ajar.
We're
And the
celebrating
motherfucking
this.
cop was like, Sarge, my door is fucked up.
We're celebrating this.
And I'm looking like, God damn, my baby got that script. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm watching because y'all pulled her out the car and y'all hog-tied her. Y'all was about to put your knees in the back. And I screamed.
Did he say hog tie? All I gotta say is R. Kelly. Did he say hog tie?
I got other videos that I never posted on fucking Instagram or nowhere else where I scream, don't put y'all knees in her back. She has a bad back. She has scoliosis. And y'all listened to me. And y'all backed off. Y'all let her rant and rave, said what she said, blah, 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 whoop, whoop. And y'all called the ambulance for her. Thank you. Thank you for.
Excuse me. Now, this is Gerald Johnson reporting live from the scene, letting us know that the things his wife said about being assaulted by the police were a blatant lie because they almost hog-tied her and they almost put their knees in her back, but he called it off and they stopped and called the ambulance. So whatever she was talking about is some bullshit.
Listening to me, because y'all could have done whatever the fuck y'all wanted to and been sued by my love. And been justified because I would have been a character witness because I got the videos for the shit.
And so that's what we see as far as ambulance pulling up, stretcher.
Yeah.
And then them, of course, I mean, she was screaming all
She wanted to go to
obscenities.
Loose Derrick. She thought that was going to get her to Loose Derrick, but it wasn't going to get her to Loose Derrick.
Yeah,
They came and asked me, did she have mental problems? Yeah, they did. And I told her she's a PTSD survivor of a gang rape and everything else and sexual assault and abuse and everything. And they understood.
Right.
And that's why they told me, she tried to spit on us, but we're not charging her with anything, no assault, anything. You're not pressing any charges, are you? No, sir, I'm not. If I was to press charges, I would press charges on that nigga, but I'll forgive him. I want him just away from my fucking wife.
And that mindset right then, you were on a forgiving mindset.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just want this nigga away from my wife. I'm tired of you fucking manipulating my woman. And I'm telling.
Are we going to talk about the fact that the original reason why Jaguar brought this boy around was so that she could lift an Uber? So that she could use Lyft and Uber? Are we going to talk about the fact that the reason why she brought him around was so that she could access Lyft and Uber? And we're going to continue to say he was manipulating her. We're going to say that he was manipulating her. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Here you go. He was not manipulating her. She brought him around to use him. She might have got digmatized. Who knows?
her that she's been manipulated, but you constantly, you magician. It's on your fucking Instagram, you're a magician. You told me you're an alchemist.
All right, well let's cap this part in like this. For what took place on Saturday, MLK weekend. Yeah. Again, like I said, we had been in constant communication. We were supposed to go to a party. We were supposed to be turned up, and everything went left.
Yeah.
And Jaguar was escorted off.
Yeah.
What was in your mind at that time? And if it's anger, it's okay. If you were upset, it's okay.
What was in my mind at the time was, fuck, this nigga got my goddamn baby fucking locked the fuck up.
Like, how did we get here?
Like, she should have just fucking left.
Wait a minute, wait a fucking minute, wait a fucking minute, wait a motherfucking minute. Wait a goddamn motherfucking minute. We are not going to sit here and say this dude got your wife locked up. I think it was the actions of Jacqueline Suzette Wright Johnson that got her placed into a mental institution. I don't think the court papers that she read verbatim mentioned this nigga. Jacqueline said that God sent her to the prison, or I'm sorry, hopefully that's not the case. Jacqueline said that God sent her to the mental hospital to help them raise funds so that they could build their own group homes. I don't know what any of that means. But she feels like her going there was destined. So it couldn't have been this nigga. She takes responsibility for her own actions to a certain degree. She don't blame none of that on Solar. Matter of fact, she said Solar is more mature than you. More mature than you. 20 years, your senior. As it pertains to maturity. That's what she said.
Like if you just drove off, my nigga, it would have been straight. But you allowed this bitch ass nigga to fucking sit there. Let's talk for a second. Let's sit here and just talk. Let's talk. Let's do this. Let's do that. Nigga, she gotta go.
She gotta go.
Why the fuck are you gonna sit here and wait for the cops? You can wait for the smear my son-in-law in her face and say that everybody's a dead man. And for you to grab the shit and put it on your face as a fucking ritual. Nigga, you don't fucking know us, bro. And you try to reverse the spell because you tell her they don't know the truth. They don't know the truth yet. And they don't understand what's going on. If everybody goes back and listens to this shit, you can hear this nigga try to reverse the spell and he can't do it because it's too powerful.
It wasn't no spell, honey.
Which fucks with me. Because my wife tells me she wasn't under a spell. I'm like, baby, you were.
So, you're the head. His spell was powerful enough to make you weak while you were fighting him. But the spell he tried to reverse with your wife didn't work. So is he powerful or not? Because my shit is 100%. I can sell my spells and I don't even need to use them anymore. That's how good my shit is. So it didn't work on her for that, but it did work on her for the other stuff.
Not yourself.
And it worked.
I not told you it wasn't yourself. And this nigga want to interrupt and say, yo, hey, don't talk to her that way. Bitch ass nigga, you shut the fuck up. This is my wife. I know what's best for my wife. Just as well she knows what's best for me.
And I say that live on this camera because, again, as y'all came back and did our interview with Real Life Street Stars.
You noticed for yourself who was working on shit.
He didn't need that second Crown and Coke. I don't believe that was his second with what he'd been through in the last 24 hours. He did not need that second Crown and Coke.
It was good.
The energy and everything did change upon that past week. Based on what I was seeing taking place on Saturday, I'm like, this is not the Jag I know that would know what's up at stake.
I literally said that week before all that happened in a comment on a YouTube channel. I said, y'all be watching Jaguar have whole episodes before your eyes. And I guess as long as we're entertained, that's all that matters. She put this on camera. She looked directly in the camera during many of these moments. She changed the camera from facing herself to facing outside the car and made sure it was angled in a particular way to see what she was about to do. I don't know many demons who know how to work Instagram. Baby.
Putting this up front. So it made me question, was there deeper issues with you, both of y'all? Was it deeper issues with her and Solar? Was he unlocking something that needed to be spoke on?
I really believe that he was trying to unlock her unconscious.
Unconscious.
Because he finally figured out her astrological charts, because she was vulnerable enough to give it to him, since he's so capable of reading them. Nigga, I'm smarter than the average motherfucking bear, nigga. I know what the fuck you trying to do.
Y'all, if you've ever read a person's natal chart, it really don't give that much information. Not enough to manipulate somebody. No, Jaguar wanted to give up that pussy. Because you weren't hitting it right. That's something you're going to have to live with.
That's why I gave you what the fuck I gave you.
She's still giving it up.
I gave you the default for a reason, so you really couldn't see me beating your ass in the chart. Nigga, I'm very smart.
Not really.
My wife married me for a fucking specific
Your
reason.
wife left at 2 a.m. with another nigga, and you went to sleep peacefully.
This unbeknownst to me and her.
Right.
Dispronounced.
All right. Well, I'm definitely glad you were able to clarify again from
not unbeknownst, dispronounced.
Your perspective of that Saturday. Again, Jaguar is a person that we take dear to heart, and therefore for you to be able to speak on this and tell us this story, we need that. We need to understand your portion of this. And again, there's more to the story that we'll uncover.
Yeah.
But I definitely wanted to get, the Shreveport incident and then, of course, this incident to understand what took place to go, because a lot of people have a lot of, there's a lot of dialogue going on.
I'm going to tell you like this. If you go to his live in Shreveport, you see my wife fucking dancing like I've never seen her dance before.
Cause she got her pussy fucked.
And I've been her husband for 4 fucking years, and I've watched my wife dance.
For 4 years and you ain't
I ain't never seen her do the fucking alpha fraternity stomp dance because she helped choreograph that motherfucker. So what type of motherfucking magic, what hypnosis do you have to have my wife do shit like that?
It's called good dick.
Me.
Good dick.
4 years. Have never seen my wife fucking show me the choreography to the
Honey, she said you won't get super freaky with her. So all of a sudden another nigga come around and you see your wife do shit she ain't never do. She's stomping like a bruh from 1906. Like, you not fucking her right.
A5A motherfuckers fraternity that she helped choreographer.
Oh, who?
You feel me?
Wow.
But you got this shit on camera. As if you showing everybody how you got her in your motherfucking shit, nigga.
Cause he fucking her.
I'm very smart. But I play dumb very well.
You sure the fuck do.
Talk to him. All right, well, we're gonna stop it right there, man. I definitely want to take this moment to pause. We're gonna discuss, and then therefore we're gonna take it from there. But Goomba, again, that is the very essence of, again, your side,
right,
her side,
right,
and the truth.
Right.
And we need it all. So I definitely do thank you for providing that information to us.
No problem, man. I enjoy being here with our business partners.
There you go.
And sharing my story.
There you go.
I'm not going to allow my wife or anybody else to negate my story.
He drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
Can't nobody tell me what the fuck I've been through and what the fuck I didn't see. I'm not insane, as the world can see.
Well, I mean, you're on medication for PTSD. PTSD is a form of insanity. Honey, we gotta call it what it is so we can heal.
Yeah, the world has said, I did the right fucking thing, protecting mine, like any other human man will protect his own family.
Human man.
Perception is a motherfucker, man.
What?
Goomba, we thank you, man. We're going to do it like this. We're going to stop right there.
Yeah, much love.
We're going to get right back to it.
Shout out to my god brother Mike and our nonprofit Men Working with Boys. So if you have a young man who doesn't have his father in his life and needs guidance,
he drunk as
fuck. Men Working with Boys. Hey, we out there. We're here.
And we're gonna double down on that, man. Shout out Mike.
Yep.
Shout out Men Working with Boys.
Hey, DeladelphiaTVNetwork.com. We still live in effect, baby. That's the only time you go see that nigga on our channel.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Hey, episode 2, go watch it.
Go watch it. We're about to get to it, man.
Subscribe, baby.
Hey, Goomba, real life. Let's go.
Y'all. Jesus. That was part 2 of 3 so far. I believe the reason why the interviewer stopped was because Goomba was drunk and he started talking stupid. He didn't seem coherent. He was slurring his words. He was pronouncing words he wasn't mispronouncing before. I think the interviewer stopped so that he wouldn't tarnish his own brand, like Vlad TV has allowed himself to do. That was some bullshit. Y'all, leave your comments down below. Tell me what you thought. Lord. Interesting enough. Interesting enough. Well, y'all, man, I don't even know what to say. It's just so much. There is so much.
Thank you.